Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you are around the world. We're here to talk trailer trash about the new Star Wars trailer. So I'd like to say hello to Drunk 3PO. Thank you for joining me again.
Always a pleasure, my robot friend, my robot brother. Always a pleasure.
And Anomaly, you're here again as well.
Indeed. Hey, everybody.
And now we've all made videos on this wonderful trailer. And it's completely re-energized me for Star Wars. I've forgotten all about Last Jedi. I'm sure you guys would agree with that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. All those Star Destroyers just made me forgive all of the retardation of that film. I'm in love with Star Destroyers now. My whole room's covered with Star Destroyers posters. I bought the latest Rose Tico action figure, you know.
I do.
I mean, I can't wait for the space horses to come out, man. I gotta have, I gotta have the space horses in my room. That's the thing.
I was amazed that it seems that JJ could actually do more damage than Rian Johnson. Like that. I sort of had this feeling that, like I've said before, I liked Force Awakens when it came out. Like they obviously didn't take it anywhere I thought they would, but like you just don't think anyone like Ryan completely fucked up Luke Skywalker and the Force. But it seems that JJ's just gonna fucking get rid of anything George did. Like we can't even blow up fucking Death Stars and have them gone. Like nothing is gone. He's just I think he could be doing more damage than Rian Johnson did, which is a feat that's just unbelievable.
That is.
It's scary sad that they couldn't even get a trailer good, because that's what they've been good at in this trilogy, is at least giving us a trailer to kind of be somewhat excited. You remember The Force Awakens? They gave us Han and Chewie. You're kind of like, I'm excited. You know, The Last Jedi, you got to see Luke on the screen. You thought he was going to do something cool. And he milked a sea cow. That was cool. And then here they didn't give us nothing. There was like no money shot. No nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
Space horses.
But
terrible.
I'm amazed that like there wasn't even the Knights of Ren in there, or that big slug-looking thing that looks like a cock. That wasn't in there. Like there's so much that like we've seen in other trailers that wasn't in this one, but we still have no idea what the fuck is going on or why we should be watching this movie.
Yeah.
Like I'll be definitely watching it. For sure I'll be watching it. But like I have no idea what is meant to be happening or what we're meant to give a fuck about.
Yeah,
exactly. I have no idea. We don't even know what's going on. We don't even know what direction they're going. They keep showing us the same thing. Rey and Kylo looking at each other, and you're just like, that's great. And
the trailer of staring it was just staring. Fucking half of it was staring, half of it was just Star Destroyers in the background. And lightsaber running. And visions, Force visions. What the fuck? We know nothing 2 months from the fucking movie. It's the finale. It's the finale. It's like, go on.
I was just going to say, I used this in my video. I made this up because, like, you look at the OT films or something, and there's, some, 3 or 4 major locations. And through the trailers we've got, and this was being kind, I tried to not double up as, like, just get it to every different possible location I could see. And I think we've still got like 25 different locations that we've got to cover in a 2-hour movie.
Wow.
The thing is, when they have a teaser to the trailer that they released on Saturday, you are expecting a good trailer. I mean, come on. This movie's gonna be horrible. Horrible.
It's almost pause.
I'm yelling here. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Yell by all means.
All of our careers were just given a shot in the arm.
Off, Robot Head. I'm sorry, Robot Head.
No, just saying. All our careers have been given a shot in the arm with that trailer. We can make 10 videos just on that trailer with the problems.
We can.
I plan on it.
I might make one more video, but I don't know about 10. I could, but yeah.
No. I think I'll wait for the glorious movie to come out. So C-3PO, you were saying you were getting some hate for your video.
Yeah, because I went through everything I didn't like about the video, which is about the trailer, which is a lot. And people were commenting like, the movie hasn't even come out yet. Why? Just wait for Raylo. I'm like, oh my good Lord, please get out of my YouTube channel for the love of all things holy. No.
Man.
And they really, boy, these Raylo people really, really want Raylo. Like,
it looks like they're going to get it. That's the amazing
thing. It does,
thing.
doesn't it? It does.
They may as well. Like, I mean, what does it matter anymore? But those Raylos, they are full on. They are. Like, I understand they want to see them together, but they're fucking vicious. Like, don't you dare have a go at them or say it's wrong. Like, it doesn't fucking matter that he's a murderer.
He killed Han Solo in cold blood right in front of him. Where did this come from? I mean, I don't care about either one of them. Maybe Kylo, just a tiny bit. But who the fuck is Rey, and why do I care who the fuck she wants to bang? Don't care at all. Like Poe, even if she wants to bang Poe, which is probably, I think they're going to go the Poe route. Actually, I don't think they're going to go the Raylo route. They might. Have you guys seen At World's End, Pirates of the Caribbean?
Oh yeah.
No.
Okay. Well, there's a moment. I won't spoil it for anyone. Basically, the woman's name is Elizabeth in there, and she's like she's one of the people I consider to be a strong female character. She starts off as damsel in distress, and she becomes a fierce warrior and a leader eventually. Now, there's two love interests for her. One of them, there's like practically zero development on, but the guy does love her and whatnot. There's kind of a reconcile in the middle of that movie with the two of them, so that does get touched upon, but it doesn't come full circle. They don't pull the trigger on it, and that goes nowhere. And then in the finale, she ends up with who you'd think she'd end up with, because there has been a lot of development. They've laid the groundwork and all that stuff. I think it'll be something like that. I think they'll tease Raylo in the middle there. There'll be some sort of resolution for that, but I think long term she's going to end up with Poe, because Ryan teased that at the end of Last Jedi, even though they should have met at the Force Awakens by all means. But no, we're going to have them meet on screen. And apparently they met in the novelization too. It's like, see the novelization. Yeah, bitch, we fucking read it, and this still doesn't make any sense.
But it could be just like a Rose relationship where you watch the whole movie, then all of a sudden she kisses Finn, and you're like, where the fuck did that come from? Like, is that because she's dying, or has she got the hots for him? Like, they don't care. It's just just shove this scene in. This will do. So
I hope they give us more.
Anytime.
Give us more finger stuff. Let them get us a little finger touchy like they did in The Last Jedi. A little touchy.
Some people really got off on that. It's I found it a bit subtle.
Especially here. I don't know in Australia, but here in America, it's wow. They even got T-shirts made, a finger touch, and I'm like, get that. Maybe that's why she's sniffing her finger in this trailer. I don't know. Like, that's just
where did she have them?
I mean, you never know. But I mean, you know what the problem is? The biggest problem is Rian Johnson did such a terrible job with this film that the scenes that they put in this trailer to give us some kind of emotion, like that doesn't work. Like, who cares that there's an armada of rebel ships flying out to save them when all you need is one X-wing to go into hyperspace and blow everything up? What's the point anymore? So like that scene had nothing, and it's just poor 3PO, my friend.
I'm amazed people that they say, well, you haven't seen the film, or even people who didn't like Last Jedi go, well, I'm going to give it a chance. It's like, but they've just fucked everything. Like, all the Force is fucked. The way they battle in space is fucked. They've killed all the people we love. Like, it's just, what do you expect them to do? How would they turn this around? Like, it's impossible. Like, it isn't even there, but I suppose it hasn't stopped them, dragging her corpse out and painting it up for the movie. But anyone, like, except for the Raylos, who's looking forward to this at all? Like, I can't imagine anyone that doesn't have an interest in them two getting together, just having anything else they're looking forward to. I suppose just spectacle, just throw shit from the screen and I'll be happy.
people want to see a train wreck. So I mean, disaster films are popular. So maybe that's that's what. I mean, this might as well just be a comedy. So we're just gonna watch the comedy.
Hey, did you guys see that deep fake of George Lucas?
Awesome.
I saw the thumbnail.
Awesome.
I was like, I'll get to it, but
I wonder if we can. It's
All
that
right, guys. Well,
Can you hear that?
do we have? Is this the?
I can hear it. Yeah.
You can hear the I didn't have much we could show you without Collider. I couldn't imagine I'd be sharing a Collider video. That's what shocked me. That it was actually made by Collider. But these deep fakes are bloody incredible. Like you watch it and your brain gets so tricked into that it's really him doing it.
Background that we're gonna use. Is there a way we can do like a green screen? Can we bring in a green screen?
But we've got what he's talking about it.
Great. It's great because I didn't make it. Ultimately, I'm not to blame. Oh, that's Rose. Her sister died or something trying to throw a space grenade. And they saved a bunch of horses or something. And... Oh, look, Nino. Look at that. That's where all the cloners live. I feel my life essence draining from me as I watch this.
It's quite amazing.
Storyline. Oh, I'm so relieved I didn't make this.
Well, there's actually reports, and hang on. There's actually reports, and they're bullshit. They're going to try and blow it out of proportion. I know it. And I actually made a video on this about Lucas being the scapegoat for this film because, like, they have him putting in some input from, like, what can we use from the EU? What you think the fans will like? It's like, okay, maybe you can do this, maybe you can do that. And they're like, cool. See, George said it. George said we could do this, right? Blame George. Throw it all on George's shoulders. Yeah, I think that's why they brought George in for a bit of creative input. He does have a bit of creative input on this film, but, we all know that the film's fucked already. There's no foundation. Everything's in pieces. But I have a strong hunch that they want the internet blowback to fall, a lot of it to fall on George, because they say, yeah, we brought him in, don't point the finger at us. There have been a few videos about that.
All I imagine is, and this is if I had $4 billion, is them carrying George in on a golden chair, and he's just lounging back, like a drink in his hand, and just points at something and goes, yeah, that one. And then they carry him back out again. Like that's the amount of much input he gives a fuck about these days. Like,
yeah,
he must be so, like, people say George buy it back, and like I bet he's standing there. I think he's actually a genius. I think this was all of a plan. Like, everyone was just hanging shit at him for 20 years, and then he's just turned around, sold it, and everyone's like, oh, George, we are so fucking sorry, man. Like, sorry for ever like hating anything you ever did, So yeah, I don't think even his interest would be that strong, even if he is giving advice. I mean, he's probably sending him down the wrong path. He's just, trolling him by this stage.
Well, they did fucking lie to him. They said they're going to use his story. I'm like, all right, you want me to fix your story? Here's what you need to do. Like, George, say, they're still mad at. What are you? It's like, sorry, pal.
I mean,
people say,
I just hope that the droves of people who are going to lash out at this movie when it comes out, have the awareness not to point the finger at George. You know what I mean? But I just know, I got a feeling like Red Letter Media, for example, might try and point the finger at George because that's their whole shtick, really. But time will tell.
Yeah, I think they've already done too much damage. Like, yeah, I mean, they'll try to. I mean, there's the people that love Last Jedi love to hate on George. You get on Twitter and they talk Luke. I mean, Mark Hamill. They don't give a fuck. They hate all of them. So, like, my favorite comment is that, like, that if they'll say Last Jedi is like the best film, and you're like, even if you love Last Jedi, how do you say that when it brought nothing new to it? And then they'll just go on some rant about how George Lucas was crap and he wasn't that good and the original films are boring. So, yeah, we're obviously two different crowds of people, that's for sure. But so, yeah, I'm sure some will try and blame him, but yeah, I don't think our side of the camp will be blaming George. Apologising, maybe, but not blaming.
Yeah, a lot of people owe him an apology.
You know what's crazy is I read Bob Iger's book. I read the whole thing just to get contents from the Star Wars part. The thing that really was disturbing is that he used the word George felt betrayed. He could have used any word. He could have said George was disappointed, George was upset, George was mad. Well, betrayed is a really, really like that's like I took a sword and stabbed you in the back, then threw you on the ground, and spit on you. You know what I mean? Like he used that word, like that's what George Lucas felt because he must have led him on to the point of we're gonna do this, so be ready. And then when he finally saw The Force Awakens, it says George felt betrayed, in the book, and I'm just like, wow, that's a strong word. And then he said, he's trying to say, I should have handled it better, but oh well, but
Bob Iger doesn't give a fuck. He's throwing shade on everyone now. Like he's having to go at Francis Ford Coppola and Scorsese, like saying Black Panther's just as good as anything they've ever done or better. So yeah, this is a businessman that's dealing with art. It's fucking it's not good. If he's got opinions like that, like he doesn't give a shit. It's amazing. Like probably the four biggest directors from the 70s. Lucas, Spielberg, Scorsese, and Coppola. You could add some more, but they're probably the four most recognizable. Spielberg's the only one that's not copping it from anywhere at the moment. So, I'm sure his turn will come. Yeah, I suppose it won't because too many look up to him. I suppose he doesn't. He's not controversial.
Well, I mean, JJ, didn't you kind of take JJ under his wing or something? I know he and Kennedy's been basically been his secretary for his coffee girl for fucking decades. So I doubt they'll throw much shade at Steven. He probably still wants to make a Star Wars movie. I'm just baffled why they haven't given him one yet, a standalone Star Wars. Because I watched the shit out of that. Spielberg did it because
wasn't he meant to do Return of the Jedi? And there was
I think so.
It wasn't there like a strike on at the time, or there was something going on at some reason why he couldn't do it. But I think originally he was penciled in to do Return of the Jedi, which would have been interesting to see.
Apparently he had some input on Revenge of the Sith as well. If you watch the behind the scenes footage, Lucas definitely brought in Spielberg to help him helm some of the scenes and have some creative input. So I was like, that's a neat little fact that people just forget to bring up. So, but like, reason I want a Spielberg Star Wars is because he's like George Lucas's best friend, is he not? I'm pretty sure he is, like one of his best friends. They've been friends for decades. So he would absolutely go, hey George, I want you on this project. We'll do it together, you and me, from the ground up, just something standalone. And that would be because I say, anyone that helms a Star Wars film that isn't Lucas is just making a fan fiction, and that goes with any creation that's like involving an intellectual property. But with Spielberg and Lucas at the helm, it'll be like the closest thing to as organically Star Wars as possible. So,
someone in the chat just said Lucas had dropped out of the Directors Guild, and then that is correct. He had. So they wouldn't allow Spielberg to do it. Did you hear about the little money exchange they had because Lucas wasn't confident with Star Wars?
Oh yeah, heard about that.
It was 10% or some amount they swapped from Jaws. So Lucas Spielberg said, "Give me, say it's 10% of Star Wars, and I'll give you 10% of Jaws," because he was that confident it was going to be big. He was trying to convince Lucas that it was going to be big, and which means Spielberg could have just lived the rest of his life off his profits from Star Wars, even though he had nothing to do with it. Just they can't help but make lots of money. Speaking of money, I'm going to read some super chats. We got Donnie Anissa here, says Daisy Ridley just can't act. Well, she can mouth breathe through every scene. Like that's not a fan. Have you guys ever seen her audition for Star Wars? Where she's crying?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I should find that. I've got that somewhere. You watch that and you think she's going to be fantastic because I forget what scene she's doing. Might never be seen the film, but she just starts crying on cue and doing this sort of really dramatic scene, just sitting in this room. And it looks like she can actually act, but as Rey, not so much. Mr. Gently Benevolent. Whose cornflakes at Lucasfilm has Kelly Marie Tran pissed in? They do their best. Actually, quickly, someone's saying it was Close Encounters of the Third Kind, not Jaws. Well, that makes more sense. Why do they try and make Kelly Marie Tran look so bad in these films? Like, I don't understand.
She's a beautiful person. Like, she's a beautiful girl, but like they put her in like potato sacks. And you're just like, what the heck? And then they cut hair all funny. It's just weird.
There's lots of films that are like you're meant to be a soldier in that, but they can still make you look nice. Like we are watching a movie. I feel for her. Like she's got to see that on the big screen. Yeah, I think she'd be more fucked off about that than the imaginary Twitter outrage. Joro Nok, I think I'm saying that right, didn't say anything, but they gave me $1, which was lovely. Taker 610. Saran is coming back to a new LOTR sequel trilogy. Is that true? Is that really happening? Is there a Lord of the Rings sequel trilogy in the works?
For Amazon
or is this,
Prime.
Or is this just having a go at that they're bringing back the Emperor and they're just going to start bringing everyone back?
I think that's just
David L.
jab. Sorry,
David L. Plot twist: Broom Boy kills Kylo and Palpatine. That would be excellent. That would be good.
Imagine that.
It was all about Broom Boy all
with
along.
the broom. Stevie J reviews. I see Stevie J on Twitter quite often, and he's actually yes. Another paycheck for Daddy. Great line. Yes. Oh, the money these bastards must be incredible. So let's where are we here? Let's bring up.
Can everyone hit the like button, please? We have 725 people watching and 200 likes.
Indeed. Like, share, subscribe.
Yes. And I might need Robot Head to give me another moderator because it's rough out there.
Let me have a look. Can you make moderators because you're a moderator?
I cannot.
You can. Oh.
It's good now. You good? I got it under control. Yep.
If you see anyone that you want me to make, just shout out and I'll quickly do it.
You got it.
So, should we have a look at this trailer once again, just to see if we missed anything? It's pure gold. This thing, one of my favorites. I love that he opens with more lens flare, but the way she just deflects this blast at the back of her head is unbelievable.
Yeah. Made a comment about that. She looks like bloody, like she doesn't even care. She doesn't even, it's nothing to her.
No, there's no care whatsoever. It's just pure, just flicking that arm over her shoulder.
Why is she wearing the same outfit for 3 films? At least Luke got a different outfit for each film, and like by the time he hit Return of the Jedi, he looked like a badass. I mean, come on. Ray's still wearing Jakku wear. Like, who wants to wear Jakku wear when you're out somewhere else? Come on now. I got to get with the times here. No more Jakku wear.
Just the fun of it. Like, even selling toys, you think they'd be doing it. It shows how limited they are in their imagination because, again, just for selling toys, like have her in all black or have her, whatever, who cares? But just why would you put her in the same clothing or virtually the same clothing? Even Finn was going on about how he's got his own outfit now. He's so excited. Like John was saying this, not Finn.
Yeah.
And it's like, really? Like, I can hardly see a difference. You'd have to point out the differences to me. Yes, unreal. So, now, Anomaly, you were saying that you thought she was getting chased by drones here. I thought the little ball was just a training dot.
I stand by that. I don't really see. All right, let's start back a touch. All right, where did that Resistance helmet? Is that a Resistance helmet or a Rebel helmet? Or
I thought it was the training helmet, like the blast helmet, like Luke wore, that covers her face, maybe. But when you see it like that, no, I don't think it is. I'd only seen it sort of laying down.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's a Rebel helmet. What my theory was that she was like minding her own business in the jungle or just somewhere else, and then she wanted to get some privacy. So maybe she did start out training, and then she gets ambushed, or she like ran to, like she could sense like a crashed ship or something, and then she went out to check, and she's like, oh, there's no one here, and then the shit starts things start attacking her. That was my theory anyway.
I cannot stand all the running around with the lightsaber out. I get it now. She's getting shot at, or she's training, or whatever she's doing. But the amount of running with the lightsaber out. But
yeah.
Again, who knows? I'm guessing this is at the start of the film. I wouldn't be surprised if this is actually how we started.
You wouldn't think that's Endor, and that's just one of the helmets from.
I'm thinking it's Endor. People told me it's like Yavin 4, which is also feasible. We didn't get to see much of Yavin 4 aside from it does look more jungly than Endor, which is more foresty, if that makes kind of sense. Like, I hope that makes sense.
Yes. The she certainly improved her jumping skills.
I like that transition though. I will admit that's pretty cool. Where it transitions to the inside the Death Star.
Is it just a transition, or is it time travel? Because that could be. I don't think it is. I don't think that surely out of everything he copies, he's not going to do time travel again. Is he? That's impossible, isn't it? He's not that fucking bad.
I'm just crossing my fingers. He's not that stupid. I know Red Letter Media came out with that theory. I passed it off originally, and I still stand by it. I still don't think they'll do it. But my God, if they do it, I'll have to give credit where credit's due. Like,
and I doubt it'd be just like this, that she's just jumping around, going backwards and forwards like that. But yeah, it's.
But the problem is, it's nothing new. Like, there's nothing new. It's the same thing. Like the first teaser trailer was her breathing heavy and running with the saber out in the desert. Now she's doing the same thing in the jungle. So what? Okay, thank you. We know she can run with her lightsaber out. Thank you.
The trailers for any of the other films had like things that were just dying for you to get to the cinema. You know, whether it was the AT-ATs or Darth Maul, or there was something new that just like I've got.
It was a money shot. Yeah, like I said, there was a money shot.
Like, what is the shot here to get you into this film, especially if you've never seen Star Wars before? Like, it's just unreal.
It's Rey in her Jakku wear, showing it off for the jungle people.
I have
kicking a helmet.
Theory. Yeah, sorry, go through, Pierre.
No, we want the theory.
Kicking a helmet. That was all we got. Kicking a helmet.
Yeah, no. Regarding the helmet, though, I mean, I didn't really bring this up, but what if that was like Leia's helmet that she left behind on Endor, and that's what kind of sparks that vision she's had? Because I don't think Leia's actually there. I think she's actually just a vision in Rey's head when she's hugging her.
I reckon she's there.
Well, the reason I bring it up is because when Rey touched Anakin's lightsaber, and no, I'm not going to call it. Oh, Luke's lightsaber. I'll call it Luke's lightsaber. She sparked a vision. So I'm thinking JJ might have maybe she senses the Force, like there's like something out there, and she follows the Force, and she finds that helmet, and it's like something's calling to her. Then she touches the helmet, then she sees Leia, and then things start attacking her. I don't know, just something. If
they've gone to all that trouble to create Leia, they're going to have her there as a person. You know what I mean? Because a vision, she could be half see through or something. If they've gone to all that trouble, yeah, I think she's definitely there. Are we voting at all if Leia's going to make it to the end of the film? Are they going to kill her?
No, she'll be dead in the first 10 minutes. 10
minutes.
Yeah.
She'll be dead pretty quick. Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon the first. I'd give it 20 minutes, but I reckon
I even think that hug will be a flashback, maybe a memory. She could already be dead.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I just realized. Bloody Leia's gonna she's not gonna get killed or anything. She's not gonna die from natural causes. She's gonna fade into a ghost, and then she's gonna, because we heard Leia whispering to Rey when she was like in the dark holding a lightsaber at the end of the trailer, and I'm like, oh wait, Leia's a Force ghost now. Like, don't you have to train to become a Force ghost? Like, don't you have to have some sort of? And Leia never trained.
Not with Disney Star Wars, you don't. They're just giving out Force ghosts to everyone. I'm sure Han's going to show up as a Force ghost.
Imagine that. Oh God.
Well, they're talking about Hayden Christensen's going to be in this, aren't they? So there's another thing we've got to get to.
Oh yeah,
that we haven't even seen yet. That's pretty strong that he's coming back, isn't it?
I'll make a video on that alone if they do it.
Honestly, they should have shown that. That might have got people excited to see the film. They should have showed something we haven't seen. That's all.
If they showed that, I wouldn't be here. I'd still be making Hayden Christensen videos.
It's all good, but still.
I got to rant about this.
And Noel, you were saying in your video how often people are just looking off, and like from scene to scene, we're just looking off.
Yeah.
Fucking the running. Sure. I mean, that's obviously connected to the first scene, I think, with the helmet. I'm guessing it is, unless there's going to be like 5 different running through jungle scenes. But just turn that lightsaber off occasionally.
Yeah.
This is another one I've got. I don't think I mentioned this in my video. I don't think we're going to see Lando stand at all in this film. Have you seen any of his training workout videos that he posts online?
No.
Oh, I feel
he's got
for
a
him.
bad leg.
Yeah, so I reckon he'll be sitting in every scene. But that you mentioned this outfit, Drunk. I always got to put the C in the 3PO. Drunk, you mentioned this, his outfit. How?
Yeah, why is he wearing his high school outfit from the Solo film, the yellow shirt? You know, you ever meet those guys in real life that never grow up? They're still trying to be the cool kid back in high school, you know, picking up the ladies. So I'm going to wear the same clothes. You're kind of like, man.
Don't you have the varsity jackets over there? We don't have them here.
Yeah, we have varsity jackets. We have we have all that stuff. And people,
obviously we know because of Happy Days in every film from the 80s. But yeah. So. But you know why we have that? Like in those shows? Because there's real people, there's real men that are like 50 years old, and they're like, well, in high school, I ran the touchdown, you know, and my jacket still fits. And you're just kind of like, dude, let it go, man. Lando, I'm going to make robot head varsity jackets. Just for people to wear. They'd be popular.
They would be. I'd wear one.
But they're so concerned with selling the product. Like this just is giving a tick that Solo was good and correct. You know, like they're just like, remember Solo? Remember? No, exactly. Hardly any of you do because no one saw it. But, you know, you have to be wearing the yellow. Like, God forbid he has a different outfit on fucking towards the end of his life.
Yeah.
But it's just what you said earlier. Like, why don't they change it and give it some variety for like, there's collectors out there that buy figures and things like that. But if you're going to keep everything the same, this is his Solo outfit. What did they think we wouldn't know? That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Why is he going to be back in a Solo outfit? Oh my goodness.
This creature here that I call the Cookie Monster, like except you were saying the penis shape over here is Akbar's son. Is that correct?
Yeah, they're all predicting that's Admiral Akbar's son coming back to take revenge. And it wouldn't shock me if they threw that in the film, because they're like, oh God, we killed off Akbar and we didn't think anyone would notice, but they did. So let's bring his son back and try to correct the whole thing. But let me tell you about the blue guy real quick. So you guys call him the Cookie Monster. In America, we would call him Grimace. We have a character at McDonald's called Grimace.
We know Grimace.
Okay, he drinks milkshakes all day, and that's what that guy looks like. He looks like a guy that drinks milkshakes all day. But my gosh, man, he's got a fur coat and a jacket. What in the world is that all about? I don't get it, but whatever.
If you like, that outfit might look amazing from the front. I doubt it, but it might. But like, if you're doing this scene and you stand out there and then you're looking through the camera, wouldn't you go, hang on, that looks like shit. Let's put him around the other side or face him towards the camera or something. Bring in another costume, because that just looks like something you get at a fancy dress store for a party or something, doesn't it? That does not look like a movie costume. It looks fucking ridiculous.
No, it's awful. It looks like something that they found in the Muppets lot, and they said, hey, dude, put this on. You want to be in the film? Just put this on over your head and just stand around. You'll be all right. You'll be the blue Grimace. Maybe we'll give you a strawberry milkshake and call it a day. And then
they've stretched him into Rose's jumpsuit from the last film.
Yeah, that's the potato sack.
Potato sack. Yeah, exactly.
Someone just commented on my trailer breakdown. I thought it was a good comment. It says it should have been the sequel to TFA. Like how telling is that? I mean, like, aside from Rey going to find Luke, like, it starts off with like Rey, Poe, and Finn together on adventure. And you bring Lando in. You reunite. The Resistance was like reuniting with the rest of the I guess the Resistance that was not on that discount Yavin 4 in the Force Awakens with the Starkiller base operation, what the fuck you want to call it. Yeah, I mean, Rey hasn't changed at all.
Sorry to interrupt, but someone in the chat just said, "What's its pronoun?" They can be whatever you want, can't they? Don't you just make them up? Like that's they're the rules now. You can just be anything. So, yeah. Actually, at the start of the film, I hope they go through and just go through everyone's pronouns.
Fluffy furry. Maybe that's
yeah. It's just a furry. It's not even an alien. It's just a furry that they had because they've got to get every one of the alphabet people in there. So it's a furry, just a guy in a fursuit, and they have to respect that that's his choice. I'm sorry, I said guy. I shouldn't say that.
Poe's talking here, right? He's the one giving the commands.
I think so. Yeah.
So we went from a guy who held a mutiny to the guy who's in charge that's going to wear a scarf.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. He's in charge now.
Perfect sense.
Oh, that's right. Someone said, I saw another comment on this is like from like a day ago. I said, why didn't Rose Tico face the firing squad for committing treason, allowing the fucking massive cannon to blow open the resistance base?
Oh man,
she should have had to answer some questions about that, shouldn't she? Like that's.
Imagine how that would go. Imagine it's like, why did you do it? It's like to save Finn. All right, you endangered lives. Yeah, but Finn, we gotta save it with love.
Here's the problem, and even Robot Head mentioned this in one of his videos. Where in the holy monkey did all these people come from? Because last we saw, the Resistance just fit in the Millennium Falcon, and they were flying off in outer space, and that's it. So what do these people just randomly show up? Like that's it? It's crazy, man.
There's so much...
that many people in an hour, maybe two.
One of the lines in it is, if you good lead people lead or good people come or some crap. I think it's Poe saying it. There's always this feeling that they've got to convince people to help them. Like they just feel like the terrorists of the story. There's no like in the OT, you never felt that people were against the Empire because of how they were being treated and like wanted to join the Resistance. But in these films, it's like they've got to always convince people. Like I loved at the end of Last Jedi. I go to call them the Empire. The First Order, they're just blowing up 5 planets, but no one would come and help Leia and help them. Like everyone just said, fuck it. Like who cares? Yeah, they're blowing up planets, who cares? But these films, it's always this sense that they've got to convince people to help us, that we're struggling. Like it's just fucking bullshit. I can't stand the color grading in these films either. Every film looks the same these days. These teal and orange colors through every scene. Like nothing can look clean. Nothing can look. It's just their cheap way of going dirty and real. Like I agree. And you know what else is crazy is there's a lot of people there, and Star Wars used to have different types of creatures, and the only creature we got is like Cookie Monster and like the Akbar. Yeah, but we've established that's just a furry. That's not even an alien.
Yeah, we don't like. Where's everyone else? It's like where's the diversity here? Where's the alien representation? I mean, come on. Like what? Not what we're trying to do here. It's ridiculous.
I could just imagine Jeremy going on another rant. Alien representation matters. You guys see his elephant representations rant? I adore that.
Which one was it?
So I made a meme about it. I'd since deleted it. I put it into another video about strong female characters. Jeremy basically went on a Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, probably say, went on basically just a mid-live stream, just went on a tangent imitating Brie Larson, and he just turned it into this pretty fucking hilarious skit. He's like, elephant representation matters. I would not stand against the hate and the bigotry against It was glorious. You got to watch it. It's on his D-Day Cobra channel, I'm pretty sure.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, do it, trust me.
He's the ranter. The amount of videos he can put up and just be on for every video and then go on to other people's videos. And yeah, it's very impressive. Like, what do I do? One video every couple of months? People actually, I think someone said in the chat there, I released a video last night and I'm doing another one now. That means I won't have to do another one for 6 months now.
But see, that's the goal we all want. I want to be you. So I'm just saying, I want to do one video and then go sit on a beach. Well, in your case, I'm not sitting on a beach in Australia and getting eaten by a great white shark or a crocodile. So I'll just stay home, play a little Fortnite and become like melted ice cream like Thor did in Endgame. And I'll be good to go.
And get shot in a drive-by.
In America, yeah, that's...
We talked about guns last time, and then
Yeah,
I
that
got
was
some
funny.
comments having a go at me about that. So, so I'm going to steer clear of that. We'll just keep bagging Star Wars.
Before we go on, what you were saying about the lighting and how it has to look so like. What was this comment? Dirty and real and gritty and.
Yeah, well, it's just it just doesn't like. There's no clean. It's just an easy way to give it grime, and it's just this modern coloring technique. Like you can't have that. Like I feel a lot of people that love these films have never seen like Empire on the big screen. Like, Anomaly, have you ever seen that on the big screen?
On the big screen, no. I've watched the glorious special editions, which are objectively better. Just saying.
They if like those films projected look incredible, like people comparing it off their TV to like new digital, films shot on digital, but those originals just look amazing. But now they just give these like fake color grading, and it just they just pump up like the teal and the shadows and the oranges in the highlights, and you just get this same look. And they just think it's this sort of gritty, real look instead of building a set that looks real, that you can shoot in a nice, clean manner. When I say clean, though, the image is clean, not the actual building. But it's I can't stand it. Everything just starts looking the same.
Yeah, it's boring.
I think though that's a direct. How I phrase a big criticism of the prequels. It's bullshit, mind you, but a big criticism of the prequels was the CGI and how video game-esque the backgrounds tended to look, like when Coruscant and like in Naboo and things like that. Even though a lot of that was practical, and a lot of those were miniatures too. So I think what they wanted to do was and JJ definitely did it with The Force Awakens. He tried to make it as like on location and gritty and Empire-esque as he could. So maybe that's why he's made the coloring that specific way, so that they don't make it think like, oh, it looks too clean in the background, or it looks too, it looks like they just moved in, and I don't know. That's just my theory.
But it's just the lighting. Like it's too artificial for my liking. Like I think Force Awakens looked a lot better. Like it was a lot cleaner looking. But a lot of these scenes are just, I don't like them. It all just looks so, I don't know, it just screams artificial to me for some reason.
It's girl. It's bad studio, man. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's bad studio.
And we get a glimpse of, what's his name? The Hobbit?
Yeah, Pippin.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Mary.
Rose. Little old Rose.
Well, something happened in this scene, because there's dead bodies on the right of Rose there laying down, and then there's people on horses on the back. So they're looking at something, but Rose looks like she hasn't slept in 5 weeks, and she's looking rough, man. What the heck? Why would
just tater tots hanging out of her mouth asleep?
I'm telling you.
I'm actually curious. Rose is actually the most curious. Like the thing I'm actually most interested to see Rise of Skywalker 4. Perfectly honest, I'll explain. Because you know how she was such a train wreck in TLJ. I'm actually very curious to see what JJ does with her, and if he gives her some redeeming qualities, and actually, because I thought I'm in the crowd of people that actually really liked Rose on paper. Like I think Ethan Van Sciver is a really big Rose fan. I could see the potential there with her character. I could see her blasting and zapping stormtroopers as this tech genius girl who comes along for the ride and all that jazz. Even though her writing was a disaster, but I'm maybe JJ can sort of, I'm not very confident, mind you, but maybe JJ can sort of write the course there, if that makes sense. Make her more likable. So I'm actually kind of curious to see her back and see what they do with her.
Couldn't she look like this in the film?
Yeah, I always thought she
she's beautiful. I think she's beautiful.
She's all right.
And that's not what she looks like in the film.
No. Now I can't get rid of this photo. Why can't it go away? But do you reckon they'll have time to fix it? That's the thing I don't think. We're seeing so much crap and so much thrown at the screen, and it's, you wonder, is there going to be time to fix anyone? I don't think they're going to bother. I don't think we're going to get any backstory of anyone or any explanation of what's going on or how this started or where they came from. I mean, there may be a bit, I suppose, with the Emperor. Maybe this was all in the background and they're sort of going to explain it that way. But I don't think they'll have time to fix her. I mean, I don't think it's a big ask to fix it. You just got to give her a character that we like in this film and makes sense. But they don't have to give it too much because, yeah, it's not like she. Well,
the runtime is 2 hours and like 35, 40 minutes. It's long. It's the longest Star Wars movie ever. So there's something going on here, man. There's something.
Did you say 2 hours 25 or 45?
35.
Yeah.
2:35. So there's something going on here that like either and one of the theories is that when we get close to it is that the reason why the C-3PO scene is emotional is because he's going to get his memory wiped and he's the only one that remembers everything that happened to the past Jedi and Luke and all that other stuff, and they didn't want to lose that knowledge. So I'm like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. They don't have any other like file banks or anything like that.
There's not another hard drive.
Like what?
That's what I figured. Like 3PO is the one with the longest. I mean, R2 is too. I don't know why they don't use R2, but like they'll use 3PO. Even though
they hate R2D2. Why do they hate R2D2? He's got like 2 minutes of screen time in both these films. It's ridiculous. Why do they hate this droid?
But they hate anything that's a symbol of the original Star Wars. I don't know why. I don't understand it because they can make money off it. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. I don't know if it's just ego, but like they shit all over Luke Skywalker and R2D2. Like the two most favorite things from this story. Like you said, I'm shocked. R2 has just not been in these films. I wouldn't have been surprised if he didn't even turn up in this or he got blown up at the start or something. But they anything to do with it. I mean, they've killed Han. They're going to wipe C-3PO's mind. R2 hasn't even been in it. Chewbacca gets to sit and open doors for people and taxi ride them around. Lando, I'm sure. They didn't even call him up to be in the first two films. So anything to do with the originals. But R2 was just like the symbol of Star Wars. Like it was used on everything. And again, I have no understanding why they're not continuing that tradition. And instead they want to hate all that stuff and just get rid of it and give us Rose. It's fucking mental.
I know the R2. I agree. The R2 thing is just that's shocking to me. I do not understand the R2D2. The way they had him was just so stupid. The first movie he was in a coma. Yeah, a droid was in some kind of like coma that just magically wakes up at the right time. That makes a lot of sense. And then the second one, he probably had the best scene in The Last Jedi with Luke on the Falcon showing young Princess Leia. That was probably the best scene in The Last Jedi, in my opinion. And that was like the feel-good moment. But that was also the moment where I'm like, R2's going to get Luke back to his old self. Let's go. And then that didn't happen either.
Do we really see R2 again after that scene?
No, I don't think so. He might have been in the Falcon at the very, very end, but I can't even remember. So
I don't think we even see him again till the very end. Someone was pointing at a couple of people in the chat were just saying to remind you that C-3PO had his mind wiped at the end of Revenge of the Sith. But
yeah,
you were saying he did remember Luke and the Jedi, though. He still had a lot of memories since those times. Virtually the whole of Luke's life.
I was he's still got Luke's memory, but like I'm worried that they're going to use him because JJ said this is going to connect all 9 films, and if they're going to bring Anakin back, I'm worried they're going to do it through 3PO's eyes, because that's a massive retcon that like makes the entire OT nonsensical. If 3PO can remember Anakin, if he can remember everything, because he doesn't mention any of it to Luke when he meets Luke, and that's why Lucas put through that in there to make sure continuity kept intact with that. Because it's like, okay, so Anakin made 3PO, and Anakin finds out who Luke is and all that. Sorry, 3PO finds out who Luke is and everything. Why hasn't 3PO opened his mouth? Like it's just it's kind of nonsensical otherwise. So
that means they're going to do it. if there's any way they can shit on the past, then they'll be doing it then.
Oh, big time. It just it's so freaking obvious, and that it's like it's disgusting at this point. It's just so obvious. And yeah, I agree with that. It's like the question is why? Like why do you hate that past so much that it's not even like why do you it's crazy. It's crazy to me to think that you've got characters that everyone loves from young to old. Listen, I was at Galaxy's Edge, and I'll be real quick about this, but there was a little kid, and Galaxy's Edge sucks. And but we were gonna ride the first time I was gonna ride the Falcon ride. There was a little kid like getting in line, like he was kind of back, but he kept saying, "I'm gonna be Han Solo." He kept yelling. He was like 7 or 8. He was like kept saying, "I'm gonna be Han Solo." In my mind, I'm going, see that? Absolutely crazy that they think that the old trilogy is dead, but here is a little kid wanting to be Han Solo to pilot the Falcon. So, and it's just like I don't understand like this hate for the original trilogy, where they just don't want it around anymore, and yet it's alive and well with people of all ages. Crazy.
I try and avoid the Twitter fights as much as possible, but people always love saying that these new films are for kids and their kids loving that. I don't know any kids that like the new films, and that's like I don't. If we're friends with kids or nephews or something, I don't sit them down and explain why they should hate these new films. Like I let them enjoy it. I don't say a word. Like these people don't even know I do these videos, so I don't say a word. I just want to see their real reaction. And I've seen like little kids point out the same problems that adults point out and just have zero interest. Like all their toys are from the OT. They've hardly got any interest in the toys from the new ones. And if they do, it's usually like Han and Luke, just the older versions that they still want to play with. So it's
speaking of toys, did you see that big Rose Tico mess that went around? Speaking of Rose Tico, all right, so I
saw that they've been taking her off t-shirts.
Yeah, so they took her off shirts. They took her off the official Rise of Skywalker calendar, and and whoever like they did like in America. I don't know if they did in Australia. They do this thing called Force Friday.
Just quickly, is that a nude calendar?
No, it's where they bring out. Now you messed up my train of thought. It's when they bring out all the new toys, all the new Star Wars toys for a 3-day weekend here in America. And so they launched it, they announced it, and there was no Rose Tico stuff anywhere. So a hashtag started going off on Twitter. Where's Rose? And some people were losing their mind. They're like. They're telling Lucasfilm, they're saying, we're going to boycott this film if you don't have Rose Tico toys. We're not coming to buy your stuff. We're not. And it was serious. Like they were like, how dare you pander to the hate mob that didn't like Rose Tico, and we're not going to watch your film. So I'm like, they're getting it from both sides. And I'm and my Itchy Baka, if you know him, he kept commenting on all these people and their crazy posts. Hey, would you mind showing me a pic of the Rose Tico you bought from The Last Jedi? Because they're everywhere. They're in every store. They're in every discount bargain. They're everywhere. It was hilarious, man.
Ethan Van Skyver is the only person that's got any Rose Tico dolls.
Oh, dude, no. I opened up a P.O. box for people because they wanted to send me stuff, and they keep sending me Rose Tico toys. I'm ridiculous.
Robo.
I've got all those Funko Pops. I got all of them. It's ridiculous. I'm like, why do y'all send? I should never have opened that thing. Why y'all sending me this stuff?
Chat, you're gonna wanna squint to the screen for this one. Robo, I tweeted you 2 interesting. This was shared to me on Discord. I know a lot of people have seen the first one, but it's the second one that really got me curious.
I've got them all lined up to go. The leaks.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that what you just sent me? Yeah.
I knew about the Kylo one, but I didn't know about the second one.
Before you show that, you know what happened, right?
What happened?
YouTuber was showing those leaked photos, and they got a client
pulled, didn't they?
Video.
I was going to show them too. I didn't think that. Yeah, someone got pulled, didn't they? And I was going to warn people before we showed it as well. But Yeah, they're easy to find. I'll retweet them for everyone. My favorite is, and I'm sure we can talk about, is the Emperor with the lightning bolts coming out of his hands.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I just saw it then. I checked my Discord, and a guy, what's his name? I'll shout him out. Yeah, a guy called True Redemption sent it to me, and I was like, "What? The Emperor looks terrible. Look at him."
But we don't know if they're real, but they look real. Like, he looks a bit small, but
well, why would Disney claim a video that just had those pictures if they were fake?
Yeah, that's true.
So figure that one out.
Yeah, I better not show them. Sorry, chat. I'll retweet them up. Everyone's probably seen them anyway, but yeah, it's that's an interesting point.
Mr. Robot Head, what would you do without me? Saving the stream.
That's right. That's right. I owe you so much. And it's always photo related.
Mm.
But yeah, just to describe it, if people haven't seen it, we've got Rey looking at the big throne, and Palpatine's on there shooting lasers. It's like he's just going, "Fucking hell yeah!" Isn't it? Like he's just got his hands up and lightning's going straight into the sky.
Do you want me to share the leak to that picture? Do you want to know the leak to that picture? I could tell you.
Oh, really? Yes. Give us the goss.
So apparently, that whole scene where the where everything is all those ships, the Falcon and everything are coming to the Armada. All those ships. Palpatine looks at Rey, and Rey's like, "You're finished, Emperor. Like, I got all my friends coming. You know, it's Return of the Jedi all over again." And Palpatine shoots the lightning out of his hands and starts destroying ships.
I pray this is all real. Like, I pray every crazy thing we've heard is real.
Yeah.
Someone was saying on Twitter that they should have two different theaters, like people that actually want to go and love it, and people that are going for a laugh to see what happens.
More curiosity.
Yeah, because otherwise it's going to be like fights and people ruining it for others. When we're it'll be like Cape Fear and Robert De Niro just sitting there smoking a cigar, just laughing his head off, like the top of his voice wrecking the movie. So
yeah.
Have you guys seen Cape Fear?
Well, the sad thing is the leaks. Like, after this trailer was released, you're like, the one big leak that was released, and if anybody wants to hear it, you can go to my channel. I just read the whole script from top to bottom, you know, of the whole movie, and they could listen if they want. It takes about an hour, but it makes that whole plot look real.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, like I'm like, oh my gosh. Like they said things in that leak that I didn't like 3PO getting his mind wiped. So, do you want to hear like the worst one? Do you guys mind if I share like the worst one? Like, this is what
yep, please.
You guys want to hear it?
Bracing right now.
Okay,
go for it.
This is what happened. This is how Luke gets back in the film. Please don't say this is gospel, all right? This is what I read, all right? So apparently they're looking for the Sith dagger, and the Sith dagger is the only thing that will kill Palpatine. So they need to find. So you see the Sith dagger in this trailer actually, and I'll show you when you get to the part. But so that's their dragon glass. Yeah, that's right. That's their whole thing. So they got to get this dagger. So Kylo knows about the dagger too. So they're like, oh, you know, the rookie critics in the chat, if you give him a mod, he's a great moderator.
Oh, I saw him go past.
Yeah. So anyway, so he
rookie critic, say something in the chat.
He super chatted you just then. How you doing, rookie?
Oh, let's go.
Yeah. And so while you're looking, I could keep going if you want me. Like, so what happens? They're fighting in the middle of the scene, and all of a sudden, Chewbacca gets captured, and he's being taken away in one of those little cargo cars. He's taken away. Rey sees Chewbacca captured, and she's fighting with Kylo, and she gets so angry that she like screams or something, and lightning comes out of her hands, and she kills Chewbacca. Right now, listen, it gets better.
It's gonna be if this happens. It's gonna be hard to keep watching, isn't it?
It gets better.
That's worse than Last Jedi right there. Instantly,
Kylo, and she realizes, my God, I can't control this force. I can't control this anymore. She gets in her X-wing or whatever, and goes back to the island from The Last Jedi where Luke was. She gets ready to throw her lightsaber or Anakin's lightsaber or somebody's lightsaber over the side, and that's when Luke steps out as a Force ghost, catches the lightsaber, and convinces her that this is her fight now and that he's going to be with her and that she can do it and she can do all those things. Now, the only reason why I think that some of that might be true is because you get C-3PO with the bowcaster now, right? You get C-3PO with the bowcaster, and it was told, Rian Johnson talks about JJ calling him and filming extra scenes on that island because they didn't want to go back out to the island. They had Mark Hamill and them out there. So he's like, hey, can you film these scenes for episode 9 since you're already out there anyway? So for me, it's like that, something like that could possibly be true. But yeah, killing Chewbacca, it was like makes her like, I don't want to go on anymore.
I've got tears in my eyes just listening to that from laughing. Like, it's just so out there. I'm going to start a GoFundMe so all of us and everyone in the chat can be in the same cinema at the same time watching this. Because what a scream that would be, watching it with a whole crowd of people that have the same opinion of how fucking bad that would be.
That would be like the best piss up ever. We all just get drunk and just fucking
let's start a GoFundMe and do it. And we can do it in Australia. Everyone likes coming here.
If she kills,
friendly.
If Ray
join
kills
us down under.
What
this is what I mean. He can make this worse than Last Jedi. Like, he really can. There's still a chance he could do it. Like, you think seeing Luke die is bad, but Chewbacca, like, that's, come on. They blow up R2. No, I can't think of anyone worse than Chewbacca to kill, really. Well, like, even R2, you sort of got the hope that they could rebuild him, but
now my only hope is that she might have think she killed Chewbacca and Chewbacca comes back later is
of course.
Chewbacca is because JJ won't take those risks, but Chewbacca's in Galaxy's Edge, and Galaxy's Edge is supposed to be near the end of episode 9.
Right. So it's a shithole.
Yeah. So for me, I'm like, that could be possible, but because JJ likes to do stuff. Remember we were talking, Robot Head, about how in Star Trek he pulls the Enterprise out of the water, just like he pulls the Star Destroyer out of the water, in the same, literally like the same thing.
I've got your photo here. Did you make that image?
Yeah, I made it. I just went to both movies and just took a shot of them and put them together to say, look, JJ recycles his stuff.
So people are saying the top one's snow. Do we know if it's snow or water?
When we played in the trailer, doesn't it come out of water?
Yeah, I thought it was water, and then some people were saying it was snow. I thought it was water.
Yeah, the bottom one is the Star Trek one, Star Trek 2. It was coming out of water because remember they were hiding under the water. If you saw that movie. So
I can't stand that you just know he's just like, what's visually pleasing, like what will look good, what's good, and he doesn't care at all if it just makes you question things, or like, really, underwater, or he doesn't care obviously if he's done it before as well. But yeah, so yeah, fucking JJ, Jesus Christ.
What was I going to say?
People want me to say the other leaks. You guys want me to finish like how the movie ends?
Oh yeah, I'm into the leaks. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, go.
So what happens is they find. All right, remember this ain't. I'm just reading this. All right, so take it as a grain of salt. So
read away.
Apparently, on the dagger,
see Rose's face at the moment. That's how she looks. This is what she looked like reading the script and how they're going to make her look and hearing these leaks. So it's perfect that she's on screen.
So apparently the dagger that they find, C-3PO cannot find it. And so, all right, let me back up then real quick. So they go to that desert planet. They find Lando. Lando's like, all right, you need to get this dagger.
Lando's sitting down.
Yeah, he's sitting down. So he's like, okay, if you get this dagger, it'll help you defeat Palpatine or whoever you're trying to fight. So he's like, you got to read what's on the dagger. And you know, and so take care of that. So he goes, my daughter will help you. She was captured by the First Order to be a soldier, and she's living over in Endor or some vegetation planet. So they're like, okay, so let's go find it. So that's where the first fight happens, where Chewbacca gets killed, and then she goes off to hiding. So they eventually find the dagger. Rey comes back. They find the dagger, and they need to read it. C-3PO can't read it. He's like, this is a dialect I can't read. So they got to go to some hacker, that little Bubba Frick, that guy that was messing around with his brain in the trailer, and said, I can put in like a chip, but he's going to lose all his memory so he can read this. And so they're like, no, we can't do that to C-3PO because he's got like all these memories from stuff that we need to learn from the past. And C-3PO is like, no, we got to do this to defeat. We got to do this. So that's when he's like, oh, I want to see my friends. So his memory gets wiped. They put in the new chip. He gets the red eyes. He's able to read the dagger, which takes them to this thing called the Wayfinder, which is really stupid. And so
again with the chip thing, it's like if someone gives you something on an SD card in our world, and you'll find something to plug it into, or another laptop or a desktop or something. Like the fact that his mind has to be wiped, that is the only way to do it. It's just such bullshit.
It's really
sorry, drunk. Go on with the.
No, it's fine. It's really stupid. So they gotta go. They gotta go to the. She's got to go to the Death Star to find this thing from Darth Vader. And so this whole time you got Kylo Ren, you know, like hunting her down. That's why there's multiple scenes of them fighting against each other. So the scene on the Death Star where they're fighting and the water's going on, Rey beats him again because she's tapping into like some dark power force. That's when she has the flashback of Darth Rey, and she really wipes Kylo Ren. She really like messes him up. And then Finn comes, as we saw in the trailer, yells for Rey, and like, Rey, you know, is yelling for his girlfriend. And then they leave while Kylo Ren is defeated. While Kylo Ren is sitting down. Now, this is in the leaks, mind you. This ain't me. While Kylo Ren is sitting down, a vision of Han Solo steps out of the water to talk sense into Kylo Ren.
Oh, my God.
Kylo Ren then takes his lightsaber, his crimson lightsaber, and throws it into the water, throws his helmet into the water, and has a moment of, I'm going to change because this is bigger than who I am. So finally, Rey figures out.
The anomaly's just moaning in the background.
Yeah,
I'm trying to hold it together. Yeah, keep going. Let's band-aid this, please.
So the Wayfinder that they found from Darth Vader that was on the Death Star that didn't exactly explode, like I guess we saw in Return of the Jedi, leads her to Palpatine. So she goes to Palpatine, and while she finally sees Palpatine, Palpatine begins to tell her, like, I need you and Kylo together because you're the balance of the Force. So I need you guys together, and I'm gonna take over. I'm gonna give you the universe. You guys got to work together. So Palpatine's trying to push Reylo. You know, he's trying to say I guess he explains like there's always a balance. There's always one that's super strong with the light and one that's super strong with the dark, and we need to get this.
He just sounds like some sleazy old swinger. Just like, oh yeah, this is all it's very important. It's going to save the universe. But you have to just do it just there, just in front of me for it to work.
This whole time you got Finn and Poe like going to the outskirts and getting their army together, and they're gonna attack all those things. So Palpatine shows Rey, he's like, I've been in hiding, and you know, I'm sitting on the Game of Thrones throne right now, and look at my armada. So he like the armada rises that we saw in the first trailer with like millions of those Star Destroyers, and he's like, I'm about to take over my kingdom again, and he gonna pour his essence into a younger person. So, it's awful, man. It's absolutely awful.
Why?
Even that just sounds so wrong. It sounds like the old guy on Family Guy. Is that the pedophile guy just needs to pour his essence into a young person? Just so wrong.
Yeah, so like the red laser that you see in the trailer and the D3 trailer is like the Star Destroyers are all equipped with Death Star guns. Yeah.
Way to go, JJ. Way to go. You made the Death Star obsolete.
So at the very end, Rey decides, I mean, so there's fighting that happens and all these things like that. So at the very end, you got Rey's gonna fight Palpatine, and like I'm gonna, it's the younger Palpatine now. She's like, we gotta kill him.
What? Where younger Palpatine?
Yeah, see, he puts his spirit into a younger person so he could be young again and like rule his kingdom.
But did he put his essence into Kylo or Rey, or just a random? What the fuck?
He had a random.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What is happening? What the? Then why the fuck? And first of all, why the fuck does he give a solitary shit about Kylo and Rey? And two, where the fuck did he get a fucking homeless cunt to fucking pour his essence into? For goodness' sake,
kind of
she's dead.
Yeah,
how do you fucking interact with human? Yoda, I guess they're gonna reference Yoda because Yoda can bring forth lightning. Fuck you, Ryan. Fucking, I'm sorry. I'm trying to.
Oh no, it's cool. It's
this is a fucking disaster. This is worse than. I mean, before you reach that point, I'm like, yeah, okay. This is as soon as Rey fucking ejaculated lightning out of her fingers to fucking kill Chewbacca, right? And then runs back to Octo to fucking toss a lightsaber, conveniently in the place where Luke died, mind you. Tosses her fucking lightsaber into the water so that Luke can make a fucking Force Ghost cameo. That was already worse than TLJ. And now you got this shit.
Anomaly's already written his next video.
I'm in full-on fucking
link I read. You could read it for yourself. It's on my channel. I'm just saying. I don't know.
I'm going to make not to shill myself here, but I just got to get that. I'm going to make a solitary spite video to Disney, plastering these leaks all over the fucking place, and just say, "Come at me, bro." Because I'm going to have my thumbnail is the fucking Palpatine one with Rey, and I'm just going to just let loose on the mic. I'm going to shut up now. And I'm gonna let you finish.
No, it's fine. So
I'm gonna hold it in.
Fast forward to the end. Rey gets ready to fight Palpatine, and she can't do it. And magically, Kylo shows up. Kylo's like, "We could do this together." Hence, photo that's leaked all over. Now, how does he get the lightsaber?
Pulls it out of his ass.
Rey,
and let's not just before we move on, like. The thrill of taking on the Emperor, and we saw how easily he killed his last boss.
Yeah.
Like, again, they're trying to build excitement for this, but he's already killed his gold-suited boss who was meant to be so much more powerful than him. And he did that easy, like there wasn't even a fight. And so, but now we're going to build up the tension again. Like, this is apparently because the Emperor is so much more powerful.
So she doesn't do so well. So she has Leia's lightsaber.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so somehow she got Leia's lightsaber, so she tosses Kylo, I guess, Grandpa Anakin's, Luke's, all that. So Kylo has that lightsaber, and they go to town. Kylo Ren gets killed in the process.
Yay!
By the Emperor. Rey's about to die, and lo and behold, stepping out of the Force universe is Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia to help Rey once and for all defeat Emperor Palpatine, bring balance to the Force. Everything is good. Everything is fine. The Force will be with you always. And the very end of the movie is this is where they get the title from. The very end of the movie, Rey is found on Tatooine on Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru's farm on Tatooine. She goes there and buries something of Luke's. So she buries it in the sand. Some old farmer.
His dignity.
Yeah. Some farmer comes to her and is like, hey, who are you? I haven't seen you around these parts. She's like, I'm Rey. She goes, Rey who? Who are you? I'm Rey Skywalker. Da-da.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm.
Now, what if that's true? What if that is freaking true?
And I'm guessing your telling of it's probably more entertaining than watching it.
Oh, dude.
Dude, when
like,
I'm reading this thing, I'm like getting angry. I'm like, this better not be freaking true. Like, I'm like, this better not be true. You know?
Drunk, you know what I'd give to be sitting in a cinema watching it with you and just be looking over when every time something happens and just seeing you smiling and nodding in the dark. Just, yep.
That's true.
Exactly how I predicted it.
That's true.
Uh,
I'll send it to you, Robot. I'll just send it on a DM.
send it to me because I'm gonna need it for the video I'm gonna do later. But yeah, just please, yeah, if you got it, send me the condensed bullet pointed if you could. Bullet point it, I would appreciate the shit out of that because I can't keep my mouth shut on that. Also, can I just say though, like when I watched this trailer, and should probably get back to that trailer. But when I watched this trailer for the first time, I was like, you know, I can see a lot of good pieces in here to make a great Star Wars movie. All right, there's a lot of things you could work with and expand upon, and if you wrote properly, it could be really fucking good. The picture I had of what was probably going to happen, and apparently 3PO, isn't there like 7 separate drafts of the script for how it's going to end and how things are going to the events are going to unfold and shit like that?
Man,
I think
they're
still trying to choose.
Oh man, I hear they're still filming and like they're making changes. They just can't get it right. It's unbelievable. This is like so in Bob Iger.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine the set? You've got Palpatine sitting at the throne, and then it's like school photo time. You've got every actor lined up against the wall holding a lightsaber, and they're going to film. Okay, Rose, you go in, you kill him. Okay, back up. Then they put him back in the throne. Next, they call in Chewbacca. He comes in and shoots him. They've probably filmed like every single person that's in this film killing him, and then they're going to work out which one looks the best, or is going to cause the less problems on the Twitterverse.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just like. The Bob Iger book, Bob Iger says, man, after we bought Star Wars, we had to start pumping out stuff quick to get our investment back. So he even admits this whole thing is a rough piece of crap. I mean, it's just like we just rushed.
Well, he said to George Lucas, he said we couldn't use your story ideas because we needed to make something that was quintessentially Star Wars. That's a direct quote from the guy. And I'm like, all right, so by quintessentially Star Wars, you mean you just want to fucking feed the OT fucking fanatics from back in the day? You want to refeed them exactly what they want, which is a fucking rehash of A New Hope all bloody over again. Or at least the prequel haters, that's what they want. They just want fucking New Hope on fucking repeat. They got it. Well done. But you know, he gave it to them and they ate it up. And you know, admittedly I did too at first because I didn't realize I was very uneducated at the time when I watched Force Awakens. You know, but like you know, it was so telling, that quote. He just, you know, they just wanted to. I mean, people have been saying it. You said drunk. Like they just got to make the return on investment. They got to play it safe. And just how unfucking original was that movie, man? The shallowest movie they could have made, and they fucking made it. Sorry, I'm done.
No, they people in the chat are asking if Anakin was in that leak. He was not mentioned.
Well, at least they're leaving him alone. I'm happy about that. Better not touch Anakin.
Yes, just some super chats. Kermit the Log hailed the handsome menace, drunk 3PO. I'd like to steal that name, the handsome menace. Yeah, that's good.
Sorry,
Shogun
I come
Orta.
on and people give you money. What do you expect?
Yeah. I can't complain. In the trailer, Finn looked to be on the same Death Star wreckage as Rey and Kylo. I think there's a love triangle somewhere in there. Finn gets cut down again. Oh yeah, Finn's just chasing her in every clip we see in every movie. Poor Finn. I mean, what are they going to do with him in this film? It'll be nothing. Vader's pet pig. I like that name. Do you think Dave Filoni should have a goat? Should have a goat at a real Star Wars movie? I think that should be have a go at a real Star Wars movie or even a trilogy. He's proved himself in the fandom many times. I don't know. I haven't watched any of the cartoons, like anything he's done. So isn't he directing one of the Mandalorian episodes?
Yeah, he's part of the Mandalorian. So I don't know, man. I don't know if Dave Filoni could handle a Star Wars movie. I could be wrong, but
it's also it should be the biggest. IP in the business, should be the biggest thing going around. I think they should aim higher. Like, I think they should be getting like Spielberg to be making, or someone yeah. I mean, I suppose he could.
Yeah,
he could probably be in charge with the story or something.
He should be part of the roundtable discussions.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's ready to produce something that big, but at least, my goodness, they should have Robot Head at the roundtable discussion. I mean, basically, like, hey, I mean, who approves all these ideas? Hey, this is what we're gonna do. Yeah, that looks great. There you go. You're just like, what? We're gonna have
being asked in, and before they start,
it'll be hilarious. Everyone
before they start shooting, and they show you everything they're gonna do, and you're like, is this a fucking joke? You wouldn't have a clue. I'd do it if I'll take the check.
Just when you thought Kathleen Kennedy's head couldn't be more fucking empty, you also find out she's actually retarded as well with these leaks, man. I'm sorry, I can't get over the damn leaks.
Wait till you hear me read them off. You're gonna be like, what in the holy? I'm going
to just lose it.
With Kathleen Kennedy too. Also in the Bob Iger book, he talks about Bob Iger didn't hire her. George Lucas put her in charge before they sold.
That was the worst decision he ever made. I mean, I love George, but
never was in charge of a big company like that. She was just, she did a lot of work with in the Indiana Jones series, but she wasn't like in charge of everything.
I hope that blowjob that George got was the best fucking blowjob he ever had. Good on you,
Hand
George,
on the balls.
I mean, dude,
reach around.
It's just that's why he probably felt betrayed, because he's like, "What the freak, lady? I gave you everything," and like.
You can see it in the clips where it's the behind the scenes stuff in the what is it, the Jedi and the director or whatever it is on Last Jedi, where she's hanging around on set, and for someone that's been in the film industry a whole life, she seems so impressed to be sort of hanging around with Ryan Johnson and getting approval for, like, they approve each other what they're doing, and it's quite odd. It just shows like. All these people that talk about every film she worked on. Yeah, a lot of those films she was just getting coffee. I think she's still shocked at the position she's landed.
Do you do you think Ryan Johnson's getting his trilogy?
No, they're never happening.
God,
never.
You guys, what's the? I mean, not getting too far off topic, but like, what's the consensus on Knives Out? How are people reacting to that?
Oh, well, the critics are saying it's not out in the theaters yet, is it? I don't think it is.
No, it's coming out in November. But of course, the liberal media critics love the film because they're saying it in America. The critics here on Rotten Tomatoes are saying, "Oh, it's a wonderful anti-Trump movie." You can make an anti-Trump movie all you want, like that's whatever. But I mean, when they promote it as that instead of saying it's a good film, I mean, it's just, oh my God. I will never, ever, ever. I don't care if it's the greatest film ever. I will not see a Ryan Johnson film ever.
But that's critiques these days. Like, that's going to be in the 90% before it even comes out because he says the right things. Where Joker lost its fresh rating because, well, I don't even understand what that's about because it doesn't even make sense to me that they've got a problem with that film. But that's what it is now. Like the Rotten Tomatoes may as well be a meter on how far the left or right you are, because that's virtually what it's showing, way ahead of a quality of movie. It's just,
I'm just wondering where all these psychopaths fucking crawled out to get these fucking jobs. How did they fucking end up in? How did we get Ryan Johnson in charge of the Star Wars movie? How did Kathleen Kennedy stay as close to fucking George Lucas for as long as she was? How did fucking Chuck Wendig ever become a writer? How the fuck did all these people at Marvel get their fucking jobs? All these critics and John Campiers get their fucking platforms. It's like I got onto the internet one day looking to fucking make good videos for people, and then I see all these idiots on here, and I'm like, how the fuck did you even fucking?
All right, I could tell you.
Why are you here?
I can tell you.
Drunk's got the inside goss.
I got the answer, man.
All right, I gotta calm down.
It's an American thing, all right? It starts at the very top. The top. Okay, this is it. Are y'all ready? You're gonna be blown away. You're gonna be blown away by this answer, but I'm telling you, in like a few years, you're gonna be like, I'm so glad I had Drunk 3PO on my show because man, preaches the truth. Bob Iger's going to run for president in 2024. Mark my word. His autobiography is nothing more than a resume on why I could run for. He even mentions it in his book that he thinks about politics and presidency all the time. All right. So he is starting with an agenda from the top, and he is buttering the hands of everyone else that will help him push that agenda. Listen, John Campea, all those shills, they get free Disney passes to the park. They get free stuff. They get free everything, and they brag about it. They show it on their shows. Oh, look what they sent me. Look what they gave me. Listen, John Campea was on his freaking live stream the next day with a Disney Plus hat he was wearing because they gave him Disney Plus stuff. And he's like, oh, and people were roasting him in the comments. How did you get that? So it all trickles down. It's like, hey, I'm going to do something here. I need all y'all together. Look, Disney, J.J. Abrams. J.J. Abrams owns the pre-ticket sale. Like, doesn't own it, but he's on the board of directors for like the Atom ticket sales. That's why apparently the Rise of Skywalker sold so many online ticket sales when it came out. J.J. Abrams.
How much money do these fuckers need? Like, how much do they need to own and be on boards of or go into politics? Like, maybe that's why they're there and I'm not, but like, just wouldn't you think you'd be happy running a film studio or making films, but they've just got to have their fingers everywhere, and then it affects their work because they've got to look after everyone and they've got to be seen the right way, and they can't, rock the boat. It's fucking unreal. And then you got Lucas, who tried to get away from all that when he was making the Star Wars films, and
fucking legend.
Yeah.
But I think that's all it is, man. All these people are all. But listen, when Galaxy's Edge opened, you know who they invited over? They invited all those Brian Young and Campea and Steele Saunders. Steele Saunders' YouTube is hilarious, though. I'm just letting you know, especially when he does a live stream.
And there's like 8 people, and 6 of them are Phantom Menace.
Oh my God! It was all us. It was all us watching and sending super chats. We wouldn't read.
I would recommend anyone go over when he's live streaming. It's just a laugh of just them panicking, trying to block people from making funny comments.
That was the funniest, dude. I laughed so hard. We were all like going, "Hey, look at he's live with like 20 people." And then Robot Head freaking blows in there because he's got the check mark and he starts commenting, and then boop, it disappears. And then Ethan goes in with a super chat. He's like, "Oh, he'll have to read that." Nope, boom, it disappeared. Oh my gosh, I was laughing so hard.
But then they put up a phone number, so Ethan rang the phone number to try and get online, and they wouldn't answer the phone.
Oh wow.
Anyway, super chats. Fanatics Film. Did she kick Luke's speeder bike helmet? It could have been Luke's. I'm sure that stuff, those little Ewoks would have picked up all that stuff and used it, wouldn't they? They would have used those helmets for bowls to eat out of. Fanatics of Film also said, good against remotes is one thing. Good against the living, that's something else. This is Ray running around. Well, she's good against everyone. Daniel Clack said, we don't have to press the like button to like the video, but fine, I'll press it. Love you guys. Yes, I never think to say this. Press that like, the up thumb. Listen to me. I sound like it's my first day on YouTube. Give us a like. So I think we've got 500 now, but there's over 1,000 watching.
589 and 1,100 people watching.
Yes, please hit that like button. Make me feel special.
1,100 legends.
Awkward Cynic. Can Ray be killed off? Please. I don't think she can. Man, if she died in the film, I'd be quite shocked. That could be that would be a shock. Donnie Anissa said Leia will live because girl power. Well, very true. Very true. I'm not saying this right. Jara Nork, because it's some interesting name. Again, didn't say anything.
I murdered these names so bad. It's terrible. So
I feel bad. Joseph De Silva said, I will buy a $90 robot head varsity jacket. $90. Yes. I'm designing it tonight. They've got to be pretty full on, don't they? Like big patches on the shoulders and big thing on the back. Do they still have the white sleeves and the coloured body on them? Drunk?
Hello?
Has he disappeared? The varsity jackets, do they still look like Happy Days?
No, I was just thinking.
He's gone to sleep.
It all depends on the school.
David Powell said, didn't the Death Star 2 get vaporized in Return of the Jedi? Yes, it did. It
Absolutely.
definitely did. Yes, which I go on and on about in my latest video. It was gone. The pieces they're on are bigger than, we'll get to it in the video. I'll say this when watching the video. But the pieces they're on are bigger than the Millennium Falcon. And we see the Millennium Falcon fly away from the blast. So we would have seen those pieces go out into space. Very stupid. The rookie critic, he's always here. We love him to bits. Kelly has around 30 or so acting credits. Really? Didn't know she'd done that much work. I knew she'd done a few things. He also said, trailer purdy derp. David Powell said again, maybe they have to pay Lucas a percentage for old characters. I'm sure they do. There's something going on there.
Yeah, I agree.
I heard that rumor. Yeah,
I agree.
And
it's something.
Even the 25% thing, people just dismiss that, but like they have to change characters by 25%, so he doesn't get anything. There's something going on there because there was like C-3PO's red arm, and I think that's what comes back to the R2-D2 thing is how do you change him 25% and still have him in the film? Where you can do that to the Millennium Falcon with the dish, you can do it to C-3PO with his arm. The others you can do that, and R2 like if you change the color of him, it's not R2 anymore. So. Yes, I believe there's something going on there. Back to the rookie critic said, a Kelly Marie Rose Tico emoji would be cool here. That's what I will do next. I've got some more emojis to make. Let me write that down. You were getting that. Can we do a big love heart around her? Or maybe a kissing Ethan? Rose emoji. I've just written that down so I don't forget. Mr. Gently Benevolent. I struggle on that one every time. Found some Ticos in Australia. Now headed your way, 3PO. I've got to get myself a PO box. They're leaving the country. I've got to get them kept in the country.
How much would that cost to ship those to America? That would be way too much money.
More than they're worth. Yes, keep them in Australia. Send them to me. Thor Elvuspa. Can't people have easy ones? Keep up the good work, chaps. We will try to. Mary Mayhem is here in the house. Drunk 3PO is my hero. Now we're all going to get jealous now. There you go, Drunk. You have fans everywhere.
How is that?
You must be the most popular person on YouTube. The rookie critic again. Follow D3PO and Anomaly Inc. Yes. Follow Drunk and Anomaly.
Nice.
They have very good content. You must go there. That's why I drag him over here to make me look better. Levi Peter said, isn't Chewbacca 120 by now? No, I think he's 250. He's over 200. I think he was 200 in the Solo movie, though no one saw that, so you possibly wouldn't know that. But I was the only one in the theater. But, yeah, I think he's like 250 or something now, nearly 300 years old. I don't know how long he lives for. But I do like the theory that because he lives so long that he just sees all these people as pets. It's like when your dog dies and you get another one. Like Han's got now. He's probably just sizing up Ray as being his new pet. Or he'll roast her, one or the other. It's so weird that they made Chewie just blatantly in Solo eat people, and it just like then they just forget about that all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's so odd.
Which is odd. Yes. Fanatics on film. Raylo is now the balance of the Force. What the fuck? I agree. What the fuck? How come the balance of the Force keeps changing too? It's either you got to balance it with good and bad, or you got to balance it by getting rid of the bad. Like no one seems to know how to balance it anymore. It doesn't seem to make any sense to anyone. But look. We'll never get through this trailer at this rate. Get more that colouring. Those waves do look amazing.
Someone just sent you $100 super chat.
Oh my god!
Wow. That's a good one.
You got to stop for that. And listen, I appreciate everyone. And people send me $1, I get excited. So, I just find it amazing the support that you can find on here. First, we had the rookie critic again. Robo Boss, any rules for modding the chat? No, just go crazy. Scarfy the Strange, tell Bob Iger we already have a Justin Trudeau. Yes, and Justin's still with us, apparently. Bravo, Olivia. This is my biggest super chat by a long way. You guys are hilarious. Do you think this will be the last Star Wars film you'll see, or will you see new trilogy? Let's get around that word when it comes out. the fun has moved from enjoying Star Wars to enjoying this community online. Like, so I'd have to go see anything because I want to join in the conversation. Like people say, if you don't like it, go away. And it's like, no, I want to talk to Drunk and Amelie and Jeremy and Mauler. I want to talk to all these people and have fun. So, yes, I will be going to see whatever they put out there. They can have my $10 to get in.
We see the crap, so you guys don't have to.
Exactly. And
my cousin runs a theater over here. So
you were saying, so you don't even have to give them money. That's even better.
Yeah, he's gonna try to like get me in before everyone else gets to see it. So I'm gonna like come as soon as I'm done. I'm just gonna go live and just spoil it for everyone. Either that, or I'm just gonna say, "Here's my leaks video. They're all true. Watch it. That's the movie." So one or the other.
Does anyone know through StreamYards, just quickly, do the super chats appear in StreamYards?
They do, but if you have too many people in the chat, it goes by too quickly.
Right. There we are. Look, I'm going to do something I've never done before.
Oh, you're going to click.
Did it work? Yes, I can put it up there. I should do that every time one comes through, but I keep missing them going past because it's a different time.
Quick, man.
Yes, not very interesting for everyone listening, but yes, now they are going past. I didn't know if I'd seen them go past. So there you go. We can put it up there. And sorry, so if we do this where we get the GoFundMe to get everyone into the same theater, we can go to your cousin's theater. They can organize it for us.
That's right. And then he'll never speak to me again for bringing so many people to sneak in to see the.
We're gonna need drinks.
If I have money, I'm gonna give the money to Cats.
Just because you want to see Cats.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's that look of him now, all wet. Why? And normally, were you the one saying of all times to wear the helmet? Like, just put the helmet on.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you have the helmet in this fucking hazardous environment where it would be very fucking hard to see? The blistering wind, the water slashing everywhere, your hair in your face while it's wet. It's obviously, I think it's just a shot for the ladies, to get the ladies flustered seeing wet boy Kylo and all that. That's my theory. But honestly, when I saw him come out, I was like, "Is that Kylo? Why does he look so retarded?"
Annoyed.
I mean, look at his face. Like, what? I mean, I thought it was retarded ever since I saw him take off his helmet. But like when I saw him, I'm like, "Is the guy? Is he okay? He looks like he's possessed or something." I was like, maybe Palpatine's possessed him. I don't know. He's like, "I must kill for the end." I don't know. Fuck.
You know what's sad? This scene would have been really cool, honestly, if it would have been somebody else, because we've seen Rey and Kylo so much, like fighting or whatever. It's like it doesn't do anything.
If it was Rey and Snoke, it would have been cool.
I mean, if it was Luke or if it was Palpatine, it might have been a little like, okay, this is different. But now that it's Kylo, you're like, well, she could beat him again. She always beats him. So what's the point? No big deal. There's no emotion.
And even when they bring in new people, like, I don't know who that new character is, the woman with the gold helmet. I just call her Daft Punk. But when when Boba Fett was going to be put into the films, like they used him for promotion and made this cool new character that we should be scared of. And this, it's like, oh, we've got some new people. They're sort of on the poster, but look, it's him again, and they're going to fight again. And there's like, fuck, just bring in someone else. Like, who is that woman with the gold helmet? Let her fight him. Do we even know what that character's name is?
Nope.
Do you know the one I mean?
I think I saw you reference it. I don't know what it is. It just looks like a droid to me. I was like,
no, she's on the poster. It's some known actress. The chat will tell us. It is a known actress.
Is she black or like? Because if she's black, isn't that Lando's daughter? Oh, okay, I thought it was Lando's daughter.
No. It's another. We'll see it. We'll find out who it is. Someone will know in the chat. Kerry Russell, is that her name?
Ooh,
someone
Kerry
just
Russell?
said in the chat. Yeah, that's who's playing it.
Well, okay. I thought she was like the discount Mara Jade they were going to use. I knew she was going to be. I forgot she was in. Heard she was going to be in the movie. I just forgot about it. But like, yeah, no, I'll watch anything she's in.
I like how people saying this chair was one of the original designs, I think from even around the OT. And it's like, yeah, you can take anything from the OT, but depending on how you use it, that's the important bit. Because if you're going to use it like shit, I can't believe they're bringing him back. I just can't get past it.
I wonder, I think that's why Palpatine hadn't shown up yet. He spent decades chiseling that out of rock.
Yes. And he had Ewoks doing it. He was just beating them with sticks the whole time, just kicking them around the room, just using one as a pillow, fucking sitting on another one.
Robo, you got a $50 super there from I think the same guy.
Same guy.
Fucking bravo! Come over to my stream one time, mate.
You got a super chat.
And
super fan.
Had a good example.
Yeah, see, like I got to get. Here we go. We can do this again. I can read it straight off the screen here. This makes it easy. Hang on, I don't want to make sure I didn't miss anyone else here. Bravo again. We should definitely all go watch the movie together. You keep doing super chats like that, I'll be able to afford to pay for everybody to go. I think the audience might be more focused on what you all have to say. Yeah, that would be a laugh. Jaxilla Productions. Hey, Robot Head, are you Australian? I am. Even though I had so many comments where they have a go at me on the videos. They mentioned my British accent and that I should just fuck off back to the UK, and it's always makes me laugh. Yeah, it doesn't really work when you're getting the wrong country and you put down.
That's hilarious.
These shots, like this dark one on screen now, but raising out of the water, I get so sick of this crap. I just get so bored of it. It was like the Godzilla movie. It's just all dark and flashing lights, like just hints of things. And like it's not a fucking horror movie. It's meant to be a sci-fi fantasy. Like it's meant to look amazing and be a spectacle, not this dark, gloomy. Again, just to me, that just looks straight like some monster movie coming out of the water. There, I just get so sick of it. Oh, the traffic jam. How close together can we put these ships? Absolutely ridiculous.
I was actually a really huge fan of this show. I was like, oh, wow, right, that was fucking gorgeous. But then you're like, that's, just one missile and the fucking ricochet effect. I was like, oh, yeah, shit. That's super impractical.
The only thing that's interesting here is they got the circular dish here, which is weird because it's supposed to, I don't know how it ends up being square when it gets to Galaxy's Edge. But if you look to the right of it, you see the ship called the Ghost. That's from Rebels. So the cartoon Rebels. They put that in there for whatever reason.
But JJ loves
EU shit.
They did this in Last Jedi as well. All the ships just move as one. Like there's no sense that the bigger ships are slower and the smaller ships are faster. Like you look at, the Battles of Return of the Jedi, or it's just there's ships going all over the place and bigger ships are moving slower and then different size ships are going a different way. Or then you look at the opening of Revenge of the Sith where the biggest ships are on one plane, but then the smaller ships are going between them and up and down and shooting things. There's no sense of that. I mean, I know we're not seeing the battle here, but you think if the battle looked good, they'd use it in the fucking trailer. But there's just this still sense that we're just looking at a drawing or a poster or something. Like there's no movement in the ships passing each other or nice camera shots in between. All we get is the one with all the Star Destroyers in a line. There's this. Everything's in a line just sitting there. So fucking boring.
Yeah. It doesn't. You know what someone said on my stream about this? They said this looks like a shower curtain you could buy. That you put in your shower.
Yes. My one is just George Lucas's face. That's my shower curtain, so I can't swap it.
Fuck yeah!
But it's you can just tell in this shot because you can see that you can see in the cockpit, and you're going to be able to see them in the cockpit when they fly closer, and you can see that's how they've done. That's the bit they pat themselves on the back for, is that it'll come close and we'll see them in the cockpit. Like that's the important bit. The action that there's just no imagination there to control the action. It's just all about what can we do digitally, in special effects to make this cool. And, the rest of us are fucking hating it. We're all ranting today. Look, see, there you go. We can get closer.
And we're not even.
Why is she in that seat? Why does she get this ship? Again, unless Chewie's made her his new pet, And isn't Poe the greatest pilot in the fleet?
Yeah.
Yes. And he's wearing a scarf. Are we bringing back scarves? Like, is that where we're at now? We're bringing back desert scarves. I don't know.
I like how much he looks like what is it, the Mummy? The guy from the Mummy? So it's virtually the same outfit.
Brendan Fraser?
Brendan Fraser, yeah. He would have been better in Star Wars. Oh, it's virtually the same outfit. You got to just move the bit across the front and he's got the two suspenders instead.
You're absolutely right. It looks like the same outfit.
Yeah.
Flower Tower says scarves have never been out, but sorry, man, I don't wear scarves. We're in Florida. It's 100 degrees here every freaking day. Christmas Day, it's 100 degrees here. So, like, if you see someone with a scarf, they're either like, I don't know. They're weird. I don't know. I was going to go somewhere with that, but I didn't know where I was going. Sorry.
Sorry, I'm just going to quickly jump in. The rookie critic's got to head out, and he's told us all to have fun. So thank him. Another scene, but he's got to go.
Traitor!
Yes. How dare you leave?
We love Rookie. Rookie's great, guys. Pay Rookie a visit on his channel. Seriously, that guy makes some of the most heart and soul videos you'll ever watch. They're hilarious, and the work that goes into them, outstanding.
So, has anyone got anything else on this scene? This trailer, it's like there's so many problems, but again, you just watch it and you're like, oh fuck, here we go. Every scene's stupid. Oh, is this thing is that Luke's compass or something there?
In
front of him.
Oh, say that.
I didn't notice that before.
People have said that that's like the time travel MacGuffin or whatever. I don't think it's time travel. I just think it's either like something they need to open a door or something like that they're going to use for coordinates. I don't know, but I don't think it's time travel.
Where's the dice, man? Where's the dice?
The dice.
Yeah, the important dice. Chewie looks like he's just going, man, you stink, bitch. You've been in those same clothes for fucking 3 years.
It's like Ray was like, "Oh, don't forget the compressor, Chewie." It's just like, "Bitch, you what?
Yeah,
you fucking what? Shut your fucking mouth."
You're 200 years old. Keep your fucking mouth shut.
Yeah, it's like I hate you.
The next scene, he's just roasting her out the back.
I think he farted and Chewie smelt it, and he's like, "What the freak?" And she's like, "That's all the way from Jakku, buddy." Whoop.
He's like, have you been eating porgs again? Hey, I wonder if the porgs are still living in the ship. Remember that funny joke? How they had a nest and they were all over the ship? I wonder if he's cleaned them out yet. He would have eaten them all by now.
They'll still push him.
He'll have a little caged area at the back where he's just breeding them to eat.
Yeah. I had a theory about this scene, though. Do you reckon that this scene is at the end of the movie? I think it might be the closing shot of the movie. Everyone gets into the Millennium Falcon and, they jump into hyperspace and happily ever after to the next adventure, as if anyone gives a solitary fuck about what they're going to do.
Just because of the look she's giving him, it's got that look, doesn't it? Like, yeah, here we go.
Yeah, just so everyone's so cleaned up and everything. I mean, Poe doesn't look happy to be there, but...
My fucking favourite bit.
What bit is this? Oh, right.
Hang on, I've got to. Hang on, we'll play it here. Then I'm going to grab it for mine because.
Oh my goodness, your video on this scene was amazing, where it showed even horrendous choreography on the trailer. Like, oh my goodness.
Where is it?
I'll concede a point and say it definitely looks better than The Last Jedi's choreography, at the very least. But
I don't know about that. Hang on, I'll make everyone watch my video again. You've all got to watch it. Hang on, let's make sure. It's almost
like Kylo just sticks his sword out and she just it's bad.
It's like he's throwing a lasso.
Your intro to this video was amazing. That was
Cookie Monster.
Your intro was amazing to that video.
Oh, you like that?
All right, I took a fall. I'm all right. I was dying.
Come on, where's this fight? Here we go. Because I played it back and forward a few times, so it's just so we can take in the glory of it. Is this it? Am I at the right spot?
A little bit further, mate.
Oh, yeah. I don't know my own video.
Oh my goodness.
Is it past
more,
this?
more. Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
And yeah, just past here.
There we go. Look at the glory of this.
What the heck was
Look how
that?
much
He
is in these.
hesitated. He hesitated. Watch. He's like,
Yeah.
I got to slow down and slightly
Look,
block
wait,
at a different angle.
wait.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
there it is. Is it?
What the heck
And
is that?
and her spin. Like a little
you're going to go
spin.
high? No, you're going to go low.
Someone
That-
made a comment under the video, and I was going to show it here, that it just looks like a child hitting a pinata. And it does. She just looks like the way she's swinging at it is just unreal. And look at him here. Where's he going here?
Mm.
Like, just, to clash them together. Like, I'm already getting started on it.
Like kids in the backyard, like swinging sticks at each other. We're not really going to hit you, but we're going to act like we're fighting.
If she hadn't to put her lightsaber there, he would have missed her anyway.
Yeah.
Like, he swung in front of her there. It's just unreal.
You want to rewind, go back to the collision, and then just slightly back out before they collide.
And I go back and forth a few times, so I should be able to stop it.
That's right.
Oh my
that's right. Stop, and then just slightly rewind, like 0.2 of a second.
It might be going the wrong way.
That
scene, Rey's booty.
Yeah, she's completely exposed. But yeah, when they collide, it's like all they got it. They're on an angle where the two of them can just stab each other. Watch them collide.
Yeah, now look at
Instead
them.
they just sway past each other. I'm like, why shouldn't you like rebound off each other if that was a collision? So
Yeah, they refocus. Like, here we go again. Oh, there we go.
and he hesitates.
I was amazed. I was totally amazed. I thought after the last one that at least we'll start watching my video and said they would at least she's meant to be more trained. I can't speak about these stupid battles, but she's meant to be more trained, and that's the fighting we're seeing. Like, we're still seeing that crap. Now I've got to find it where we were in our trailer.
I might take back what I said about the choreography being better than the last show. I mean,
the weight in it, they're broadswords. They're not a beam of light, that they're heavy. It's just so fucking stupid. And they'll still be using the wrong switch on it too, which will annoy me.
That split tiny, you can barely see it. It's like a little thing that just blew up. Like,
yeah.
What was the point of putting that in there?
We don't even know what that is.
It's a Star Destroyer blowing. Oh, I think I know what it is. I think it's a Star Destroyer blowing up a planet. They're showing off the Death Star technology. You can see a Star Destroyer in there. But why would you put that in there like a split second? What's the point? Everyone's going to miss that.
Well, how do you explain the Star Destroyer being there anyway? Like, it just collapsed. It blew up.
No, it just fell to pieces. And someone's saying this isn't even the moon of Endor or anything. Like, it's
not. So today yesterday they made an announcement of the new Star Tours ride, and the Star Tours ride is at Disney World, and it's actually the better Star Wars ride. But they said that Star Tours now goes to this new planet where the Death Star is called Fern Bid or something like that, the Water Moon planet. So it's not Endor. It's a whole new planet.
See this thing on the water, this is just going to appear out of nowhere, and they're going to be all of a sudden in it, cruising across the water flat out. I hated in Last Jedi when we got to Crate and those ships just popped out of the wall, the cliff, and they're just there. Like, they didn't bother with any of those nice little shots like you see in Empire before the speeders go out. You see them hopping in and moving around the landing bay. And it just gives you that sense that it's all real and it's all just, they're preparing, they're going out to battle. And in these films, everything just happens. Like, ships just fly out. You don't see people getting in and out, and everything just appears out of nowhere. So I reckon that this ship will be the same.
It looks like the discount version of those sand speeders from TLJ. It looks like JJ took that design and just modified it slightly, because they got that like part on the end that like is bigger than the part on the right, and I don't know. I was like, is that like is JJ stealing from Ryan there?
I like when they use puppets, but this just looks like such a hand puppet, doesn't it? Like it's just, I don't know.
That's Bubba Frick.
Is that his real name?
Yeah.
No.
Like Bubba Frick. What the frick? That's his name, but it's Frick. Last name.
BB-8 and his son there. Got to get those toy shots in.
There's that new character. That's off to the side.
Looks like a blow dryer.
Yeah, that's how you introduce a new character. You don't show anything cool they do in the trailer. You just have them standing off to the side like that. And just go, oh yeah, fuck it. That's the new one. Even C-3PO getting the mind wiped. Like, shouldn't that be a reveal in the film? Like, shouldn't that be something that people come out and they go, oh, you've got to see it. You'll never believe what they do to C-3PO. But they're that desperate to get people in the theater. They're that desperate to, pull on the heartstrings that they're showing. Mm. Well, that's what I'm saying. This is the only thing they showed in the trailer that had any meaning.
They tipped their hat so badly. Like the D23 footage, they gave us Darth Ray, right? And everyone were like, "What? Why?" Everyone knows that that's a vision, that ain't real. Like you just gave away something that you didn't have to. And then in this one here, you're right. Like they shouldn't have done that to C-3PO. Like in the trailer, that should have been dude, what happens to C-3PO? You're not exactly. That's what it should have been. They just tipped their hat, and it's like.
You should be in the cinema just going, are they really going to do this? Are they going to wipe his mind? I can't believe it. No. We'll just show you in the trailer. Fuck it.
Oh, that's going to be glorious.
A friend of mine, I was talking about it. She was saying she felt like it was a hostage situation where they were sort of threatening that you had to come and see this film. Like that they're going to wipe his mind. Like, you got to come and see it. There was no sort of heart to showing it. It was just more of a, ransom. They're going to wipe his mind. This is the last time you'll see him. You better get into the cinemas. They're threatening us to go, not inviting us to go.
Wow.
Come on, Steve.
Taking one last look, sir.
This is unreal who he looks at after he says this.
As my friends.
And straight at Ray.
Press F for 3PO, guys. Press F.
Fucking hell. Can you believe it? That's what he has to say.
I think that's a different shot. I don't think that's the same scene with R2-D2.
No, I totally agree with you. See, you can see the people in the background there standing off. And there's like people all around, and he's sort of looking happy. I wouldn't be surprised if when they're doing that to him, that R2's not there, or Chewie. Chewie might be there, but I bet R2's not with him when they do it. So they're wiping his mind. He's not even with his best friend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Rewind to the wide shot again. I just want to see if because I think you're right. Yeah.
See, it's weird when they go to is that the shot you mean?
Yeah, that's the shot.
Yeah, so you can't see them there. Can't see Chewie or R2. And then these next scenes, not this one. Well, there's no one behind him there or next to him.
As my friends.
And then that scene, there's all people in the background, and he's moving around like his head's virtually trapped in the first one. Yeah, I don't think it's even the same scene. So,
Drunk, where in the leaks does it say they go to erase 3PO's memory?
After they get the dagger, and he can't read it, they find a hacker, which is that little Frick thing.
Oh yeah,
and that's when they tell them, you know that scene in the preview where they're walking in this desert and it's like a party planet. Or something?
Yeah.
It's like there, and then like he tells him, he's like, I can put this in his memory, but it's gonna wipe his memory. So
that's so fucking retarded.
Just before we go too far, Jack Zilla Productions said they're back at the in the Millennium Falcon. Chewie looks like he's saying, "Get off Han's seat." He fucking does. He should say that to her. Should.
Love it. But yeah, the reason I asked that, Drunk, is because I was like, if this is like at the Resistance base when they're doing this, I can see why people would be crowding around. but like in the shot behind him. But like if it's just in some dinky old workshop in there, like somewhere, like Watto's workshop,
he's in a
then-
workshop because if you look back, there's actually battle droids from the Phantom Menace in the shot.
Hello?
Yeah, did you hear me?
No, you kind of cut out for a sec.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was like, if you see the shot, like right there, you could see a droid there on the right and one way in the back. Like from the Phantom Menace, like those battle droids or the Clone Wars or something. So they're in that little shop.
Where
Couldn't they just build another robot then to do this instead of wiping his mind? They got enough parts around.
Yeah, why is it got to be 3PO? Oh,
Do BB-8. Do that little blow dry thing they've just got along the way.
No, because 3PO takes away from the shine of those droids. Oh, now it makes sense. That's why they're going to have 3PO get involved with like the bowcaster and shit. They're going to make it like, oh my god, 3PO is doing shit for a change. Oh, they're going to erase his memory. But like, yeah, but you see, remember how much you love 3PO? You had to remind you how much you love 3PO before you kill him off.
Yeah, 3PO. All he did in the Last Jedi was get yelled at by Poe. Poe just kept telling him to shut up, and now he's your friend.
I like how aggressive he was too. Like Han would, sort of lose patience with him or put his hand over his mouth or something. But Poe's just like, shut up! Like he hates him.
Yeah.
Imagine if 3PO starts killing people as like I reckon they're really going to ruin 3PO. Like they're going to raise his memory, they're going to turn him into something completely different, and I'm just like,
well, he gets the
blaster.
Maybe he's like had enough. You know what, Poe? I've had enough. I got the blaster now. You shut up. All right? You shut up.
He's from Florida.
Yeah, that's right. I'm American. That's how we think.
Imagine if he just like they try to jump scare, like 3PO, are you okay? Can you still hear us? What's your name? And then he like pops out with the red eyes and he starts trying to strangle Poe. Like, I'll lose it at the cinema if that happens.
It'd be awesome.
If he kills Poe, this movie will be 100 times better than any Disney film they ever put out. That's all I'm saying.
Now, see, I like this shot, this tracking shot, but again, like Robot, tell me why I'm wrong about this shot.
Oh, look, I think JJ can shoot. I still like the opening of Force Awakens. Like I like all that opening from there. That he can definitely shoot something, but I still don't like the color grade without getting into too much. It still has that icky. It's just the same color grade they do on anything. Like it doesn't have that clean look. It Yeah, but it's just, I do find it funny that there's just stormtroopers dropping like this. And didn't you say, which I thought was the best point, Finn doesn't give a fuck about shooting his fellow workers.
Yeah.
Like, shouldn't he have some, I thought that was such a good point. Shouldn't he have just some, like I think it was in your video too, you were saying that like that's sort of what sent him off the edges when one of his friends got killed and the blood on his helmet. But now, he doesn't give a shit. Yeah.
Now he's blood drunk. He wants it.
And if their story's correct, they could have all been taken as children like he was. So like, shouldn't he be trying to save them? I mean, they don't care about any of the kids anyway.
All taken as kids, man. Like he didn't even outright says it's like the rest of them. I was taken from a family I will never know and raised to do one thing.
So they're all in the same boat as him, but he just has no feeling for them whatsoever. Like they're just they got the outfit on, they can die. And Last Jedi even made it confusing of who was the good guys and who were the bad. And he still, there was no clear message there, but he still can just happily kill them.
But it's all in the themes, Robot. It's all the themes. The themes explain everything.
You ready for this? This is all part of the new roller coaster ride experience at Galaxy's Edge.
There you go.
So you gotta have Finn running without the gun because that's part of the ride experience you're gonna have at the new Rise of the Resistance that opens in December. So
this is being a bit evil, but because like you have to stop it like this to see. But I like Finn there. He's jumping over nothing.
Yeah,
he's just. I don't know if they said they were going to put something in there later and they forgot to do it like artificially. But yeah, he's just jumping over nothing there for some reason.
Don't they have people watching this stuff saying, "Hey, that doesn't look that great"? Like, what are they thinking? I don't. Oh, this is the end of the saga. People, get it right.
I try not to get like that. You could just pick on every scene because it just sounds like you're a bit of a nutcase, even though every scene is shit. But the way those stormtroopers are just falling into camera view there too, like I don't know. Like, how are they just indestructible now? Like, these guys can just run through and. Like, even when we saw Han and Chewie do this in Star Wars: A New Hope, and they're running around the Death Star doing this, they weren't just like taking out everyone. They were just virtually making noise and trying to get out of the way and run from people. But here, they're just like one shot and everyone.
Yeah. And Finn's just flying. He's the new Mary Poppins.
He is.
He's like jumping when he goes to see Rey too. That's all he does in this film. He runs and jumps. That's all he's doing.
Yeah.
Like, I wish they hadn't brought her back. But she looks a hell of a lot better than she did in Rogue One. Rogue One was a disgrace the way she looked in that, the young version.
Mm.
This is, Princess Leia, obviously, but that looks very realistic.
Yeah. What I find very peculiar though is how they showed this particular shot in the teaser, the D23, and the final. It's the same shot. I don't know if it's either because it's the only scene with Leia and they just got to market her, make sure people are like, well, Leia's still around. Or it's because Rey finds something out from it, like a revelation. I don't know.
But she's definitely not in the film long, that's for sure.
No, because otherwise they'd show other shit. It's yeah.
Look, BB-8's doing more than Finn's done the whole time.
Yeah, and they show him get away. I'm like, okay, cool. Tension.
Yeah.
Tension. There's no tension. If anything, I'm disappointed. I want him to die.
Fucking look at Poe in the background there.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's happy.
Jesus Christ, he looks like a demon.
And why do they have Finn just doing that woo in every movie?
Oh yeah.
So Nick Robertson asked, Drunk 3PO, the term Jedi is being removed and replaced with Skywalker. Was that in the leak? It was not in the leak, but if you saw in The Last Jedi, Kylo Ren was like, let's be done with it. The Sith is Jedi. So they don't even really talk about it much. Actually, I haven't even heard the word Jedi or Sith mentioned in this new trailer, anything, like nothing. So what the leak showed was that Rey just claims to be a Skywalker at the end, like she was adopted or something. Like she just gives Skywalker her last name out of the blue. That was what the leak said. But yeah, I haven't heard the term Jedi or
terrible
anything.
Mohammed Rabadin, if I'm saying that right, who has the cool Elvis little icon there. Can't believe there's no. It says Brook Boy, also Hey Anomaly. Is that meant to be Broom Boy? I'm guessing that's meant to be Broom Boy.
Broom Boy.
But Hey Anomaly, they're shouting out a hello to you.
Who wrote that? Sorry,
Mohammed Ramadan.
How you doing, Mohammed?
And he also said, "I just hope Rey redeems Palpatine. I think she can." Of course she can.
Oh.
Imagine if they redeemed him. Imagine if he just like it just came good and like, oh, sorry, fuck, I really fucked up. Like, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
She would go off to the Resistance and go, guys, meet Sheev.
Yeah. And he's like, look, I know you all might have some issues with me being here, but I promise you, let's forgive and forget.
Let's move on.
Imagine that. That's amazing.
We can make this so much better.
People keep asking me about the Knights of Ren. The Knights of Ren are not really mentioned much.
Well, there's going to be like 20 comics on them and video games, I bet.
That's the biggest disappointment. That's one of the biggest disappointments in this whole series.
I was going to say the same thing. I was so pumped for them. That flashback scene that Rey had was one of my favorite bits of Force Awakens. Because when I say I like it, I thought they were going to do something with all these ideas instead of just pissing all over the ground with them.
Oh, yeah.
But so, yeah, remember this is I hadn't seen, what was to come. But those flashbacks, and you see the Knights of Ren and they're killing people and you can hear voices and Obi-Wan and that. I thought that was an amazing bit of the film. And I thought, I can't wait for these guys to, come and kick ass. But nothing. Like, just nothing at all. It doesn't.
Not even like in the trailers. Not terrible.
But, and I didn't know, does he lead them or is he one of them? Do they all have the same power? And even their outfits look so boring now and they haven't got lightsabers. They got sticks and swords and stuff. And yeah, and that's just a few photos I've seen. So, yeah, just
they did make it in the calendar. The
They're
official.
in the calendar, the nude calendar, the Star Wars nude Christmas calendar.
Yeah, they did.
They're just wearing the helmets, so
I
to
know.
speak.
Author Stephen Walton, how are you, my friend?
Look at how fucking useful and fantastic the Y-wing is. Can we just appreciate that for a second?
Yes, exactly. The Y-wing. Like,
Glorious.
I don't know, those bombers. If you hadn't heard, I didn't like those bombers in Last Jedi. Just
we
put them in.
didn't.
And I'm repeating myself here. Put them in any other scene, and they fucking look stupid in Last Jedi. But put them in this scene and see how stupid they look. That's good. That's a real clear picture of the big new Death Star cannon thing underneath, isn't it? So Death Star's not needed anymore. Why doesn't this Y-wing just hyperdrive straight through this thing and blow it up, and it'll blow up all the ones around it as well?
That's the thing. Like, you don't like that shot with all the ships was supposed to be like oh my god, look at all the ships they got. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, yeah, it gives a fuck.
You just need one and set them on hyperspace. That's it. Just need one. Holy crap, Brian Johnson. You just can't even really do a space scene in Star Wars ever again now. Ever. Because of that scene.
This is the other one.
Because,
my friend.
You don't need to freaking shoot. Put a freaking BB-8 unit in that Y-wing and hyperspace it through those things. That's it. That's all you got to do.
My friend Polly, who said she felt
space force.
He said she felt threatened. That they were sort of threatening her to come and see it. Also said this as well: the saga will end. It's not like it comes to an end, or it's just this saga will end. So you better get in there, bitches.
Mm. Did you see Hamill's tweet about I can think of 4 billion reasons why the saga's not going to end?
It's not the last one.
No way.
How fast can BB-8 go these days? Like, he used to be able to hardly keep up when they were running.
Yeah.
In Force Awakens, and now he's flying along with these
so
fucking
bizarre.
Stupid things.
Let's get back to the it's just to market, just to be like, oh, cool, look, it's there. But like, I very nearly put like Sound of the Lord of the Rings, like the Rohirrim charge while they were gallivanting. in my video. I was like so close. I'm like, should I meme this? I was like, nah, it speaks for itself. But like, dear God. Are they on like the outer exterior of a fucking Star Destroyer while it's in space or in air? Like, how
People
are they alive?
that, but it can't be that stupid. It's stupid. It's really fucking stupid. But it can't be that stupid. And if it is, I will stand up and applaud in the cinema and just salute JJ as the master.
Master of retardation.
I'll stand up and applaud.
I might have said this in my video, but I should remember. I only put it up last night. But like when you saw the Tauntauns in Empire, it looked like they fitted in to walk around in snow. Like, it made sense. None of that matters now. No one gives a fuck about that. It's just what hasn't been done or what looks cool. Not even what hasn't been done. What's the next best thing? And did you see the shots when they were filming this? They're just horses, and they just CGI heads onto a horse. So they are just actually riding horses around.
Wow.
Why
couldn't they give us some? At least, like in Revenge of the Sith, Obi-Wan was riding a lizard. You know, for a little bit, that was probably part of the planet's thing.
It's around rocks and dinosaur thing. It made sense.
Like horses. Why couldn't they give us something? Like, give us
something creative at least.
Yes, thank you.
And
nice.
I think they did the voice of, so to speak, of BB-8 quite well, like for the emotion and that. But then they never give us other creatures that have, like that lizard thing that Obi-Wan was riding. Like the sound it made sounded amazing. Sounded. But it's, it had this, they gave it a sound. They gave it a screech.
That creature's right. It was that belonged to that creature.
Yeah,
I agree.
What are the horses going to do? Scream out, put us into another film. And pose it. I mean, I like that. I just thought of something. Poor Finn. Where is he? I've gone past. Go back. Poor Finn. He's been a stormtrooper his whole life, except for the last couple of years. He's supposedly not a pilot. Then all of a sudden he can pilot things. did they have horse riding academy as well as part of the stormtrooper training? Like, he looks pretty confident on that beast. When did he learn to do this?
Well, he had plenty of time to learn how to ride a mop in the fucking janitor's closet.
I tell you
Why
what,
would
if
they
he's
make him a janitor? God, of all the things you can make him in Storm,
Oh.
why don't you make him like a weapons specialist or some shit?
yeah, sanitation. But then again, if he's a normal guy and this girl is rather attractive, this new member of the cast, he's probably just trying to impress her. He's probably never ridden one before, but he's thinking, if this is going to impress her, I'll fucking hang on to this thing and make it look like I know what I'm doing, like any typical guy.
Yeah, he's gonna show that he can mount just as good as she can.
Yes, that's right. Yes, very good. There. Oh, stop jumping at me, Finn. Go back.
All right, this bothers me so. Okay, this scene bothers me so much.
I want to get rid of that writing.
Like, the throne room chair scene didn't even move. Oh, sorry.
No, that's what I said. The chair didn't even fall over.
I know.
We're going to
Oh my God.
There we go. Oh, the writing still came back. Who cares? This is as bad as what they've done to the Force and Luke. Like, this is just saying, George Lucas, go fuck yourself. We don't care what you did at all. We do not care. Like, if you're in the boardroom, they go, well, they'll be standing on the second Death Star. You'd be like, what are you talking about? Like, fucking, what? Have you watched the film? Like, the whole point is it doesn't exist anymore. It just doesn't exist. Yeah. Like, everyone's gone.
Well,
looking at this,
burned up in the atmosphere.
People would have survived that. You know what I mean? If a chair didn't fall over and pipes and that didn't melt. But then I've got to bring up, I think that's as disrespectful as anything else they've done. Like, it's just beyond a joke. They're just, Luke, they turned into an asshole, and the Force, they changed. But this, it doesn't exist anymore, and now it does. Like, they've completely turned it around just to fit their shitty story. And there's like millions of options out there. They didn't have to, there wasn't something where they had to go back there for some reason. They had an open book, and this is what they choose to do. I want to bring up that Star Wars girl. We all know that Star Wars girl, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to invite her on today, but then I saw she posted that she was sitting on an airplane. I thought, I don't know if she'll try and tune in while she's on the airplane. But she posted this. I don't know if she made it or if someone else had it. But have you seen that photo from Game of Thrones?
No, but please share.
Can you see that now?
Let me get a straight.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh my God.
Now, when that's like, I showed someone out and they went, "Oh, it's not that close," and I thought, "Oh, fuck, do you think?" Like, they could be standing anywhere, or they could be. Look at the angle of the camera compared to the floor. You know, like look at the broken wall in the background. Look at the color. Look at the lighting. Look at, there's clouds in the background. Like, you start ticking away that how many things are similar. And then someone I saw online said, maybe in talks with the Game of Thrones guys, when they're in talks with Disney, maybe they came to set a few times or threw in a few suggestions into the ring when there was so much pressure to get this film out. Maybe they did some second shooting. Who knows?
Yeah,
but
maybe.
that's you wouldn't think that'd be a second unit shot with the two main characters.
Man, what if they use the same freaking set and they're just like, look, I'm tired. Leave it up there. I'm going to green screen it. Just leave it there. It's fine. Leave the camera where it's at. I got to get this thing done. I'm moving on to DC. I just want to get this film done so I can get out of here and be done with it. Oh, so lazy, man. Oh.
It's quite amazing. Like, even this in the foreground, and then we have this in the foreground, and the rubble. Yeah. I know there's a pile sort of going up on an angle here, and there's a pile going up on an angle here, let alone where they're both standing compared to the seat. But the more you look, there's this line here. I might be stretching it a bit here, but there's so many lines and that seem to line up. You're like, it's just so weird. How come? Why? Why are we there to begin with? And then why does it look like Game of Thrones so much?
Yeah.
But I don't know if that Star Wars girl, I don't know if she put this together or someone sent it to her. But yeah, Good find if whoever found
Yeah,
this.
that was a great find. That's better
Yeah.
than a shot.
That is really not an
Only there
episode you want to
3PO.
be ripping off.
What was that?
Yeah. I just drunk. You just went a bit funny there for me, but you're back there. Yeah, of all things to rip off. So it'll be interesting to see how this scene plays out. Like if they walk towards each other and then there's some double cross. Imagine if they walk towards each other, start kissing, and then she stabs him with the lightsaber. It's straight Game of Thrones. That would be even better.
Oh my goodness. and Robot Head will be. So if you're in Australia and you see a guy standing up and applauding at the stupidest part, get his autograph and a selfie because you'll never get another chance.
I would just bravo. I salute you. I'll be bowing it down. Yes. Oh my God. I've gone from just amazed at how bad it looks to the more I talk to people, the more excited I am to go see it for all the wrong reasons. So there's not one right reason there. Oh God, that is, I could talk about this all day. How wrong it is,
dude. This is the end of the freaking saga, and this is the best you.
Yeah, and people joke
over the fan fiction. Sorry,
people have joked for years about how there's so much Death Star action. You know, so what do? Go again? Like, do you think it's hard to know how much is them just not caring, or if they're just not even aware of how much people laugh. Yeah, this scene. Do you reckon this is something?
Oh, go ahead, sir. Sorry about that.
No, you go.
I was like, you know how easy they could have taken this somewhat story and made it awesome. They could have. The best theory I ever heard was Rey was a double, and like in The Last Jedi, she turns to be evil, and they beat up Kylo. And then at the end of The Last Jedi, he goes back to Luke and like, I messed up. And Luke's like, oh, here's the lightsaber we built together. Remember that in the academy? And then he trains them in episode 9. And then they got to go after Snooki and Rey. And that would be awesome. That's all you had to do. It's so easy. But man, God, now they're playing here with a Lego set. It's a freaking Lego set that they throw on the ground. Sorry.
It is amazing how bad they've got it. Like, it's just like obviously we don't like them, but it's so easy to make videos on it. There's so much to talk about. There's so much to pull out about. They could have done anything. They could have just set it in a different time. They could have just done John Wick with a lightsaber, just an action film. No one would have cared. Everyone would have been happy. Like there would have been a few people saying, "Oh, it's lost the, the drama or something." But to get it this wrong, to shit on so many things, to just fuck up so badly by trying to rip everyone off and trying to rip off their own IP. Like, just move on with the story. Stop fucking going back to Vader. Stop going back to Death Stars. Like, just
brother,
do anything.
Go to the bookstore, see the sci-fi section, and throw a dart and pick any book out there. There you go. Enjoy. Have a good time. We would have liked it. This is disgusting.
And they hate all the things that we want to see. Like, just go back to when the Jedi were at their most powerful. We don't have to know any of the characters, and just have a Game of Thrones show that's Star Wars. Just it's 1,000 years before everything we've seen, and it's just bloodthirsty and double crossing and violent and nothing to do with what we've seen. It's all in the past. But they just were so keen to milk it, and they've just fucked it up so royally. Yeah. So, yeah. Anomaly, did you guess? I didn't see. Was it your video? I'm mixing up with things I've seen now. That this is Vader's mask here.
No. I said that was just. Excuse me. I said that was. So I said this was a rebel ship. Or no, okay. I'm not going to call them the Resistance. It's a rebel ship because it's like white and everything, and like Empire's bad. It's going to be dark background. So he's boarded. Kylo's boarded the rebel ship. He's fighting Rey, and I said that this was like someone frozen in carbonite, maybe just because just someone who was there by accident, and they just got knocked over because they just wanted to reference the OT with carbonite as I don't fucking know. That's all I said, and I think. Drunk, are you the one who said that Rey's holding the Sith dagger here in this scene? Or
she's holding the dagger here, but also many reports have come out and said that's a statue of Darth Vader. So,
well, it's got his helmet on it. So
Yeah,
it's got
who
it's
knows?
definitely his helmet.
But you can see the dagger there perfectly that you
Yeah.
move it up and raise hands. So like seeing that stuff, I'm going, oh my gosh, are these leaks legitimate now that there's like a freaking Sith dagger? Which this is almost like a standalone. Oh gosh, so bad. It's just like a standalone. There's no who the freak. Why didn't we get a Sith dagger in the first one or the second one or like?
But I find this scene weird. I wouldn't be surprised if this scene was a dream or the end. It's just weird that he's got the helmet on in this scene and they're attacking a monument like they've joined forces, but now he's
People
got the
are
helmet
saying
on.
that they were fighting each other and that was just the.
But it doesn't look like they're fighting each other at all.
Yeah.
You know, it looks like they're just both going for the statue. Like they've said, you know, you're good now. Could they be fighting? Oh, maybe. I thought they were trying to destroy it.
Wait, read one more time.
Yeah, they could be fighting.
No, wait. Reverse slightly, ever so slightly. Why is Rey's lightsaber that far down, and why is Kylo's lightsaber that far up? Looks retarded.
And it looks like she's getting him right in the knob.
It does.
That's why he's bent over.
Yeah,
It's like a kick to the balls.
By the way, like, doesn't Kylo just look like out of place in this shot? Like,
it's so odd in this shot.
Really
He's
fucking goofy. Look at his
His
helmet.
body language in that is fucking weird. It probably makes more sense if they're fighting and just hit it, but then it's weird to have it center of the screen like that to accidentally hit something. But otherwise, it doesn't look like he's even hitting it. Yeah, maybe it is an accident.
Weird. I think he's going after the dagger. That's why he shows up.
But then someone else, was it Star Wars Theory? Someone on Twitter, I should know this. So I didn't discover this. I did. Said at the back here, is that Chewie's belt and bowcaster on the bench?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I saw that too.
Well, show us, point to it. Use your...
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Under the helmet.
Wow, that's a find right there. Look at that.
If it's right, and the bowcaster next to it, which it looks like it could be. As long as it's not some weird, like 2001 ending where they're in some weird different place. But if that's Chewie's stuff, then Chewie's fucked. Unless he would look so nude without that on, it'd be weird.
Whoa, something just occurred to me. What if that is in the infirmary? You did say that Rey almost kills Chewie.
Could be.
This could be it.
It's white. Hospitals are white. There are white people, so, you know. And white people are doctors, so, you know.
So it's racist.
I know, I'm just kidding. Like, white. I feel like every time I've got to the point on the internet where if I say the word white, people are going to call me out. It's like, how dare you say the word white? I'm like, it's just the color.
But normally, I didn't think you saw color because you saw drunk as a black person.
Yeah.
I did. I feel ashamed because like, drunk does. Let's face it, drunk does sound black. He sounds as black is for black's sake. But you know, I was wrong. I shouldn't assume color. But I'm not the only one. Not the only one who was thinking it.
It's
You weren't
just
the only
so
one.
cool.
Dude, people ask, they're like, "Dude, what the heck?" It's like, yeah, sorry.
They're shocked. It's like, you sound so cool. But
I
what
know.
happened?
Look at people in the chat. He's not black.
Drunk, not black. He's not black. Yeah, no, absolutely.
People are like, "What the hell? He's not black."
Ooh, people are saying it's Camino cloning facility, and Stefan Lechner, Stefan Lechner says El Camino. The Breaking Bad reference. Love it.
I might have to turn my camera on here so everyone can see me. Look at the chat's going crazy.
Just turn it on quickly and be standing there nude and turn it back off again just to prove it.
Oh,
This scene, there be more shit going on in this scene. But my favorite is that little fat one over to the side. That little guy.
That horsey, the outlier.
And BB-8's there. But look at how many ships are in the sky. Now, why wouldn't these TIE fighters just be taking these out? Like, they fly straight over. Why wouldn't they just be shooting them all and killing them all? Like, they've got no defense at all.
Yeah. Why is it the air current just blowing them the fuck off?
Yeah, like the back of this thing, the jet's coming out of the back of that thing, and just like they can't.
That's why the horses don't work here. It's stupid, and it's the Last Jedi all over again. When Finn and Rose decide to take a nice 10-mile stroll back to base, and not one AT-AT thing shoots them. So stupid.
There's like all shuttle things landing. See in the background.
How are they breathing up there? Oh my gosh.
Well, is that water below? They mightn't be very high. They might be just above the water.
It's true.
But there's all these shuttles coming in as well. So like, either way, they're screwed. They're either going to slip off the edge, die because they can't breathe, get shot, or fall off the horse from slipping over.
Yeah. I got to say though, like, with what you said about there's too much going on the screen, I've heard that criticism from a lot of people in regards to the prequels, and I might be in the minority on this one, but I actually like scenes that show a grand spectacle like this. Granted, the way this is being shot, like, I don't know. I guess I kind of do like the shot, if I'm being honest. Like, even though I think the Star Destroyers are bullshit.
What? Get out of here.
But what I mean by that is, like, it shows the scope and the spectacle, and like I can appreciate shots like this, the big, wide, heavy, dense shots. And like the prequels were loaded with them when it was like showing the Clone Wars and shit. Granted, the Clone Wars was actually set up well, and it wasn't just a bunch of bullshit just to fucking wet people's whistles. However, who the hell's calling me? Well, but like, for example, like the reason why I can't get behind the criticism, like there's too much going on, is because not for some shots, not for all shots. Like for some shots, I can find it distracting. But like, if there's so much going on, then I find like if you rewatch a movie, you can always pick up some new detail. And it's like, oh, cool, that's happening, or oh, I just noticed this, or I noticed that. So I find it can be like, it's one of the reasons why I like rewatching the prequels. I always discover something new. Yeah, that's just my 2 cents on the matter.
I think the problem is, though, they've lost all scale of this being a universe. Like, everything just feels so small. Like, even this shot, it's like packed in, but then you never get some sort of clear, like, wider shot of what's going on. Like, they're just, you know, everything's just on top of each other and lined up. You know, there's no sort of sense of just space, you know, which in a space adventure.
Man, I'm getting roasted in the chat for saying AT-AT chat, because, or AT-AT Walker, excuse me. Or it's they're saying you're supposed to say AT-AT.
You know, the first time I mentioned them in a video, I recorded it as AT-AT, and then I thought, am I like AT-AT? I was just trying to ride the fence on which is the better one, and you get people thanking you for saying AT-AT, and then you get people criticizing you for saying it wrong. So yeah, you can't win that one. There's too many different ways to say it.
I'll just call it the
movie.
The AT, best of both worlds.
Yeah.
AT.
It all depends on where you're born. Okay, Florida people, Florida's not real according to Australians, so we say AT-AT. So there you have it.
No, I see Florida as the little part of Australia over there.
Florida is the wang of America for a reason.
Yeah, Florida's like the disconnected state from the rest of the. Oh Lord!
All right, let's talk this scene.
And there we go. We still have no idea. My favorite line is that people keep telling her who she is, and none of us know who she is, and none of us care now. But just no one knows no one knows where anyone's come from or where these. It's just no one knows anything about it, and we're meant to be invested. So, Ray, you're incredible. You're just going to take over the world.
It's so bad. Like, I knew it was going to be bad, but I don't think anyone could have thought it would be this bad.
Do you think it's strange that we haven't seen Palpatine properly? Like, what are they waiting for? What are they saving him up for? Like, there was the toy on the poster, which was super fucking weird that they did a photo of a toy, and people defending that just blew my mind that they just went, oh, who cares? It's just a poster. And it's like $1 billion company that paid $4 billion for something. And that it just shows how much they care. They don't give a shit. They're taking photos of fucking toys for posters. But it's weird that we haven't seen him. Like, what are they waiting for? What's the big surprise? Again, like you were saying earlier, Drunk, we keep seeing that they're going to have another lightsaber battle, the same people, but there's new characters and he's coming back and we haven't seen him at all in the trailers. It's fucking bizarre.
Yeah. The trailers are supposed to, like, even the Last Jedi's trailers I thought were excellent. They got me so excited for the movie, which is what a trailer is supposed to do. Get you in there to see a film, even if it lies, whatever. Like, that's what it is. This is like, if I'm like you watch this and I'm like, they literally put up a PowerPoint presentation. That's all they did here.
Yes. Rogue One was like the most unusual thing is that there's a whole trailer that none of it's in the film, which is fucking bizarre itself. But those trailers gave you a complete sense of the story and what was going to happen, what the sort of goal of the story was, and you know there was going to be battles on the beach, and it was like an army story. You know, a
little tease of Vader. That was like the money shot. Like at the end, like 2 seconds, you're like, oh, if you see this film, you'll see Darth Vader on the big screen. So like, I was like, okay, and this
third film in, and we still like, what can anyone explain to me?
We don't even know if that's really Palpatine, honestly. Like they just show like the nick of his robe.
That's what I mean. They're not showing him properly. That's why it's so strange, you know, like what's going on there. Just some super chats quickly. Scarfy the Strange. Scarfy the Strange. We were talking about scarves. Are they playing croquet with BB-8? Yeah, they could be with the horses. That's why he's going so fast. They just keep whacking him with something. John Millstrip. Imagine the Star Destroyer captain telling his crew to tilt the ship 45 degrees clockwise. Those space horses are gone. Yeah, it doesn't seem a big problem to get rid of them, just to sort of clean them off the edge. Or do like in Revenge of the Sith at the start there, where Anakin scoops off the little droids off Obi-Wan's ship. Remember at the start of that? He comes in next to him. Yeah, you could do that. Just one of the other Star Destroyers just scrapes right across the edge, and there's just blood and shit everywhere from the horses, just scraped in there. Scarfy the Strange again. The Force is one power from Wheel Lift Time. What's that? The Force is the one power from Wheel Lift Time. Does anyone know what that means?
No.
The Force is the one power from Wheel If Time. I don't know what that means, Scarfy. Maybe you can say in the chat.
Book series. I forget who it's done by though, and apparently it's really good. But I don't know what the Force reference it's making is.
Maybe it's the same thing in the Force. Just watch the chat, see if anything comes up about it. Finding Neo. Ewoks did kill stormtroopers with rocks. To be fair, they did, and they ate them.
Yeah, they ate them.
Yeah, it's, when you don't sort of take that in as a kid, but as you get older and they're playing drums on those empty helmets, like someone scooped out a head out of that thing and ate it.
And in Battlefront 2, the video game, they have a section called Ewok Hunt, where you're a stormtrooper.
Just gotta
escape before they freaking kill you and eat you.
Just quickly, Wheel of Time is a book series by Robert Jordan, and they use the Source or one power to do magic. There you go. Yeah, that Ewok Hunt. I have to have a turn of that. That's I never got to have a shot of that.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's kind of fun.
I was saying it was a bit like you didn't realize you're older, but they did strap Han to a stick and start cooking him. So
yeah,
I suppose that it was pretty obvious that we're going to eat them. And so I love someone said once that obviously Princess Leia had the dress that they put on her that they gave to her was from another human they'd eaten before, which I'd never thought of. So someone was on a picnic one day and the little Ewoks came along and ate them. Death by Nature. Let Neil Blomkamp direct a dark movie. That would be interesting. District 9 was amazing, but then apparently Chappie's terrible. Have you guys seen District 9?
I like District 9. I did not see Chappie.
No,
either did I. I saw Chappie, and I like Hugh Jackman in Chappie. He played an interesting villain. I
didn't even know he was in that film.
He is. But I actually couldn't really get into District 9, to be perfectly honest. I'm not saying it's bad. It just wasn't for me, really. But
I saw that movie like 4 times. I thought it was great. It just was different for the time when it came out. And the marketing for that movie was amazing. Just saying.
Yeah. The guy next to me, I saw at the theater, he was freaking out through some of those scenes in District 9. He was promised, wasn't he going to do something with, what's his name from Lord of the Rings? And he was promised a series that he was going to make, and then they pulled the plug on him.
Nothing.
Someone said Chappie was lit. There you go.
There it is.
I disagree.
I'll have to check it out.
I thought it was less than par. I found a lot of the characters annoying, and I don't know. It wasn't really my thing.
Even in District 9, like the main character was quite hard to like, which was unusual. You know, it was he was so sort of abrasive and weird. Yeah, I haven't seen that for a long time.
To be fair, he was having a tough time. He was having a real tough time. Kind of forgive him for that. But yeah, I get what you're saying though. Like it's hard to. He didn't really have much of a character, near as I can remember. He was just a scared man, just trying to get his life back together. But like he didn't really have time to get to know him very well.
And he was. I wonder if there was ever a plan for a second one. What was the Matt Damon film he did? I thought that was
Elysium.
crap.
Elysium.
Yes. I didn't like that film.
I thought it was alright. I thought it could have been better, but I enjoyed it for what it was.
After liking District 9 so much, I was really, maybe in my head I'd built it up too much, but I was really thought I was going to enjoy that film. And yeah, just found it fucking quite boring. But there you go. Well, we should probably finish this up, I'd say, because I thought we'd be on here for an hour, and I think it's been, what have we been, 2 hours and 40 minutes. And I think we're up to date with the super chat. So now everyone has to go over to Anomaly and subscribe there and watch his good shit. And same with Drunk 3PO. Everyone has to follow them and share their videos. And YouTube's strange lately. It's hard to get the word out on new videos. So anyone out there, if you see a video and you can share it, it makes such a difference to liking them and getting them out there.
It does. Like I haven't been able to communicate with the vast majority of my audience for about 3 months now, I'd say, for whatever reason. And
I'm subscribed to both you guys, and I never get a notice when you put a video up. Never.
Wow.
Like it's just unless I go looking for it. That's the only way I see it. You know. So yes, it's it gets frustrating. So it's like
help us out, people. That's what we're trying to say.
Yes, it makes all the difference. And thank you to the super chats. They're all amazing, just all very special. And I have to say thanks again to Bravo for his 2 very generous super chats. It was it goes a long way to help. And to subscribers, thank you as well, and to members. So I've got some members now, so which is always fun to have, and patrons as well. Have you guys got membership yet? I don't know.
No.
What you have to pass to get it, but yeah, you have to have like a super clean record, I think, don't you, to be offered membership?
Yeah, I think there's a certain one. I think it's 40K.
Did they up it? Did they? Because it says I've met the requirement.
Yeah, it was 30, I think.
Yeah, it's 30, but like I even talked to YouTube about this. They got back to me and they said, okay, because I'm having issues with like I put out a poll, almost 1,000 people. Oh, Robo, you got a member there.
Hey, I've got a number member. Everyone consider being a member. Again, it does help a lot. So thank you to the it's Bravo again by the looks of it. Let me see if I've got it here, if it tells me.
Real quick, I want to say thank you for DJ Scandalous for hanging out with us the whole time. The guy's got almost over 500,000 subscribers, and
yeah, man,
came out and like this is pretty cool. And everybody else too. Everyone who stood, I could see people like that hung out the whole time. Thank you so much. Fantastic.
We got a interesting question from one of my regulars here. Ultimate, what's his name? Ultimate Agent 25. He says, what does he say? He says, marry, shag, kill. Margot Robbie, Emilia Clarke, or Brie Larson. And Brie Larson. I assume that question's meant for all of us. So.
Oh, the kill one's pretty easy. You get drunk. What do you think on that one?
Oh man, don't get me started on Brie. Anything that starts with Brie Larson you're gonna trigger my brain here.
Yeah, I think we're gonna all agree on the kill.
Yeah,
I think it's the first two that's a hard decision.
I don't know who I'd kill because I'm tempted to. I'm tempted to what's her name? Marry Brie Larson because I honestly think that through regular, shall we say, interaction with me, I can convert her and make her see sanity once again. I just need to work my magic.
You got like some magic.
Give me a month. I'll put a ring on her. Give me a month. Give me 2 months.
You know, you're not the first Australian that I've heard say that. Like, Lethal Lightning, another Australian was like, if I could marry Brie Larson, I could fix her. And I'm like, what are Australians trying to fix us American people? You know, like what?
Yeah, because you guys need it. You know, like, come to the promised land. You'll leave a changed man or woman.
You know, I don't know if you guys know Margot Robbie. She was on a local show here for years called Neighbours.
She was,
Yeah, she was on it for years, and no one gave a shit. You know, she just was another normal girl. No one expected her to just go to Hollywood and just explode. Like, she's just on this run-of-the-mill, show that's on in the afternoon about kids going to school and, you know, families living in a normal neighborhood. But yeah, when she made it in Hollywood, I think it was just after her biggest hit. She married her school sweetheart, like some guy she'd been to school with the whole time. And, you know, she met in school, and I thought, how fucking quickly was he getting the ring on that finger? Like, he's met her at school. He's probably pretty impressed that she got on the Neighbours show. The second she was getting nude with fucking DiCaprio there, he would have been thinking, fuck, I've got to do something about this. It would be a bit of a stressful relationship. She only works with like the best looking guys in Hollywood and gets nude with them. So, yeah, so he wasn't mucking around, but he's a good Aussie boy. So smart decision. Probably hasn't worked a day in his life. So thanks, everyone, that I've killed the chat with my Margot Robbie story.
No, once you start saying goodbye, it's like it's normal.
Yes. No, I want to thank everyone again. Thanks for everyone hanging out, and we'll try and do this again soon. And thank you, guys. Do you want to promote anything or talk about your channels at all?
3PO, you want to go ahead?
Sure. Check me out on Twitter, or my YouTube channel is the same name, Drunk 3PO. Do a lot of Star Wars talk. There's going to be a lot of Star Wars news, and we like to have fun and laugh at it all over there. So, you know, good stuff. So, yeah, come check me out. Say hello, and you'll find that I'm not black. So,
only where it counts.
Exactly.
Come to my channel. You can expect a rant. I don't know. I'll probably do that later tonight. I got to like calm down, play a video game or something. Outer Worlds is pretty good so far. You can expect a rant on the leaks tonight. It's just going to be me completely unhinged, no script, nothing, just me going at it. But if you want something a bit more structured and scripted regarding the episode 9 trailer, check out my breakdown. It's a bit lengthy. It's about 29 minutes. Not the longest video, but if you guys are into Star Wars, you'll probably like it, no doubt. And feel free to subscribe to me and Drunk, share our stuff around, click the notifications, and click Robot's bell if you haven't already. That's key.
Yes,
YouTube, if you haven't gathered already, chat, YouTube fucking sucks, and it's only getting worse. So, you know.
Hey, they're listening. Shh.
Yeah.
Can I say one last thing? I want to apologize to Robot Head for the last stream. I accidentally fell asleep near the end.
We're just pretending that didn't happen. That just makes it sound bad that we were that boring.
Well, I spent the whole freaking day with Jeremy at theme parks, walking and walking. I get home, I was like a little tired, and I'm like, I could do it. Because, you know, here in America, it's 1 a.m. You know, I'm like, I could do it.
And we all know Jeremy's a dope fiend. You were smoking dope with him all day.
Bro, I don't know what happened. I laid back in my chair. I heard you calling my name. Either it was a dream, like Robot Head was in my
hello.
dream.
That's nice that you.
But I was like, Drunk, are you there? And I was like, I'm there. And then I think I just turned the computer off and fell asleep in my chair. Like, that's just how bad it was. So I apologize. I will never let that happen again. It's now a good story to tell, but
just quickly, in case I didn't read this out before, Scarfy the Strange said the One Power is a magic system that has red for male and blue women. I hope this means Rand Al Thor Belfars, this new trilogy. So it's yes. So that's more information on the magic there. Sorry, just wanted to get that out so we didn't miss that super chat. So, and this will be uploaded to my second channel too, Robot Head Reload. So you'll be able to find it there. If anyone wants to send anyone there to watch it, and go subscribe to me over there as well, so we can put some extra content over there and get some more subscribers. I think that's it, everyone. Thank you again, and we will speak to you soon regarding Star Wars.
Indeed. Ciao, guys.